Hey, what is going on, everybody? It is hockey night in Buffalo, New York. Just give me a few minutes to get the stream all set up here. I also have to share the stream to my social media, pretty much just Twitter, X. But just a few minutes here to get all set up with the stream, and then we will be all set to go. Thank you once again for joining me tonight. We are continuing the NHL playoffs, 2026 NHL playoffs. Round 2, Buffalo Sabres still in the tournament. So the playoffs will continue here for Buffalo. Once again, guys, just give me a second here to get the stream all set up, and we will be all ready to go. I know you guys can probably hear a lot of the AC in the background too, a lot of ambient noise right now. But it is a bit toasty, so we're trying to cool the room off right now. It's actually supposed to rain later. It's been raining all week. But spring showers, spring May flowers. April showers, spring May flowers. Okay, we are just about all set up, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm going to save the details on the stream. Just give me a couple more seconds. Shit. They really need a quicker way of doing this in the future. Okay, we should be all good, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go Buffalo in the chat. Let's go Buffalo in the chat. Throw up the Sabres for every goal scored for the boys tonight. We will be throwing up the Sabres when the boys draw blood on the ice. The Saber-Tooth Tigers are ready, though. The Saber-Tooth Cats. The Predators of the Atlantic Division. Okay, I think we are just about ready, ladies and gentlemen. Let me get the stream shared here. Give a quick audio check here. It sounds good to me already, so that's fair enough. Let's get it shared to social media, and we will be all ready to go for round 2, game 1 of the NHL Stanley Cup playoffs. Alright, boys. We are all ready. Let's share that. Sabres, Canadiens. Let's go Buffalo in the chat. We are all ready for hockey night in Buffalo, ladies and gentlemen. Official game time is at 7 o'clock. I know the ambient noise in the background might be a little distracting. We might figure that out later on. We definitely might figure that on a little bit later. Let me just make sure everything is all good to go here. Looks good. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, ghosts and goblins, witches and wizards, vampires and werewolves, it is hockey night in Buffalo, New York. The Buffalo Sabres have survived another round. They live to fight another day. The boys in the royal blue and gold will be going up against the Montreal Canadiens. Montreal, Quebec in round 2 here in the playoffs, looking like a strong team after just defeating the Tampa Bay Lightning to make it even further in the next round of the Stanley Cup playoffs. So it all comes down to the Sabres and the Canadiens here in round 2. Of course, the Sabres do have the better seed in the tournament, of course, because of the better regular season record. So Sabres fan favorite to win. Strong regular season, better seed here in the playoffs. Sabres are the fan favorite. Montreal Canadiens are the underdog. So if anybody out there placing sports bets, you're doing any gambling out there, illegal, legal, whatever, if you're placing bets, Montreal Canadiens are the underdogs. So they can potentially upset the Sabres in this best of 7 series tonight, game 1. So of course, like I've always said, not a whole lot of intensity for me in these game 1s. I just let them play out the way that they play out. They can decide, potentially later on who does take the advantage, but for right now, it's just going to be good to see the boys get back out there on the ice. We've had some time to get everybody good, ready for round 2. I know we got a couple players out right now, but not too many injuries. Not too many injuries right now for the boys. So we are looking still strong here for round 2. Like I said, couple little minor tinks in the armor, some things, but everybody is still good to go. From the goalies to the defense to the shooters, we still got everybody that we need to make a playoff run here So even the players that are kind of feeling it right now, I like where we're at. We got some time to rest after defeating the Boston Bruins, who again, really strong team right there. They did not like us coming into Boston and winning that Game 6, but had to be done. I do have the volume turned all the way down right now because they're pretty much just showing commercials right now. I think they're still playing a movie on TNT. So just to avoid any copyright, which, ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't realize, I did win the copyright battle recently against the NHL. ESPN, honestly, couldn't tell you what the fuck happened, but Game 2, when it was the Sabres versus Boston, got all the way to the third period of the video, of the live stream. They shut that shit down. Some Russian police, I don't know, instead of going after me, they honestly need to be focused more on Kirill Kaprizov, because that boy cannot step foot on Russian dirt at all. The second Kirill Kaprizov steps, I'm not lying, you can look it up, the second Kirill Kaprizov steps foot, even in Russia, the police are on that ass, that man will be arrested. He is happy here in the States. He is free here in the States. He is living the dream. For me, I'm just trying to watch a game of hockey. They send somebody on their team after me. Somebody that gets paid by the NHL, ESPN, couldn't tell you, but they definitely make a paycheck. Some Russian police member out there watching streams, just going around the internet, going around social webs, everywhere. He has access to all these channels, all these live streams. He just knows about them. And the second he sees something he doesn't like, boom, he will shut that shit down. And the crazy thing is, YouTube will just allow it. This is the crazy thing to me. YouTube, without even fucking, giving a warning to the person streaming, without even being like, hey, we noticed you're doing this thing in your live stream that we don't really like, and if you do it again, we'll end it. But no, you don't even get that courtesy. YouTube will just accept that person owns whatever rights to whatever the fuck you're trying to stream. So they will just accept that, because why the fuck not? They'll take their word for it first, and then you gotta get into the whole legal process. You gotta get into the whole copyright battle on YouTube. You gotta fucking copyright school. You gotta teach yourself about this, what you can do, what you can't do. I know what I can do. I've been fucking YouTubing since 2009, ladies and gentlemen. It might not say that on the channel, but I have been here a very long time. Officially, it is puck dropped. At least they're getting warmed up. They do got the puck dropped on the ice for warm-ups. They got the boys in Buffalo, New York tonight. KeyBank Center, the location for Game 1. In Buffalo, New York, the Sabres and the Montreal Canadiens. It is official, NHL face-off right now on ESPN. I'm currently watching this series on Hulu, so if anybody is watching out there, I am currently watching on Hulu, so shout out to the Hulu subscription. But again, yeah, you have to get into this whole legal process when you do receive the copyright strike, just to remove the copyright strike. And yeah, the 10 days are up, so whoever that dude was didn't even respond to his email once I pretty much just told him, hey, here's what the live stream is, here's what I did, here's why you're incorrect for taking it down, and also striking my channel, which is a bit fucked. We all know the rules on YouTube. Once you receive 3 copyright strikes, your channel is pretty much KO'd. You ain't getting that shit back. You might as well make a brand new channel as soon as you receive 3 copyright strikes, because yeah, it's pretty much banned to the Shadow Realm in Yu-Gi-Oh terms. You are not seeing it again for a while. You probably ain't even gonna, your videos, everything is erased. You will have no existence anymore once you get that 3rd copyright strike, which is always fucked to me, because again, YouTube just listens to these people who strike the channel, who feel like they own whatever is going on. And in reality, YouTube really needs to implement a system in the future where instead of just shutting the fucking stream down immediately, you at least warn the streamer. You at least say something in the comments where it's like, hey, there's some kind of copyright thing in your video that we don't really like, and if we notice it again, whatever. But at least give the person a warning instead of just taking somebody's word for it, or at least playing the game where it's like, I'm going to take this person's word for it over this person's word who's the streamer and the active person actually trying to put the video out. But that's how YouTube currently is in 2026, so I don't work for them. I'm just spitballing the ideas here of honestly what needs to be done to make the whole platform better for everybody. Because it does suck when we make it all the way to a video. Third period, again, game 2 of the Sabres and the Bruins got all the way to the third period. And somebody at some point from NHL or ESPN just sees something that they don't like, copyright strike the stream. YouTube just says, okay, yeah, that's going to be a problem for everybody, so we'll just take that down immediately. And then it's a process just to get it back because you got to wait 10 days, but it is finally available on the channel. If you do look at the live streams, again, I usually win my copyright battles with YouTube for a reason. I don't have a lot of issues. I do in terms of them actually stopping the stream because, again, I'm not a YouTube partner. I don't really have... Sorry, guys. But there's really not a whole lot you can do when you don't have the subscriber count and you're not a YouTube partner. When your videos aren't monetized, it's a lot harder to get your stuff back as soon as possible. Like, once a stream ends, I pretty much can't jump right back into a stream until I follow some sort of a process with YouTube's copyright school and shit. But at the same time, if you are a YouTube partner, you do have the ability to kind of fight it back a little bit better to where you can actually get right back into the stream. Like, if they did end a stream, I could actually avoid the whole copyright school and just, jump right back into it immediately. But unfortunately right now, not at that point. So it does ruin a little bit of the stream and the video, I feel like, when we are trying to enjoy a lot of these games for the purpose of having them on the channel for long-term viewership. It's not too bad because we do still have access to them. At least I still have the video, but again, it's because I know my shit. Usually YouTube is in the wrong when they actually do a lot of the copyright stuff. Again, I've taught myself a lot of what to do and what not to do. When people ask to see a lot of the TV, I can't really show a lot of the TV because, again, that is something YouTube does not want me to do. Maybe one day if, hey, 1 million subscribers, I got the equipment, I got the editing software to be able to hop into like an OBS studio on the desktop and fucking set up the stream real nice, get the TV picture perfect right here, my face in a little box. I can't really do that right now with the 200 subscribers, but what I do want to say, last month in April, I mean, guys, we had like 12 new subscribers, which is amazing. 12 new subscribers, so many new views. I feel like so many new just channel members in general over the course of the road to WrestleMania, the big WrestleMania streams last month, and now the boys, the Buffalo Sabres in the playoff. Game time officially going to start in Buffalo, New York, 24 minutes away from puck drop in Buffalo. It is game 1 tonight. Again, if anybody doesn't believe me, there's the TV for you. We are streaming live. Again, just have to be a little bit careful with the audio, what we do show, because YouTube just for some reason does not like whenever we try to be low budget and pretty much independent here on the platform. It's hard. It's hard out there when you're on like the $20 budget that we are. But we're making it happen. They got an interview here with Benson, who is in Buffalo, New York. One of the youngest players right now on the Buffalo Sabres roster, 20 years old. And in my opinion, somebody who the Buffalo Sabres really need to be looking to extend their contract for some seasons to come. I think in this playoff run in general, once you get to the second run, you definitely need to be taking a look at the players who have made an impact, who have made a difference here for the Buffalo Sabres. And that, ladies and gentlemen, in my opinion, one of those names on the roster for the boys has been Benson for the Sabres.
Can you feel an increase in intensity in the city moving on to the second round here?
Yeah, it's been crazy here. It's a hockey.
What are they listening to at the arena right now? I need to turn up the volume a little bit just to...
Keep succeeding in front of them. And,
It sounds like Drake. It honestly sounds like Drake.
What challenges do you see the Montreal Canadiens?
It's faded there a little bit in the back again. But they are in Buffalo, New York, ladies and gentlemen, an arena that I have worked at before. An arena I've had so much history with, you know, WWE events, rodeo events with my mom. My mom is a big country fan. Country music is very popular here in Buffalo, New York. For anybody who doesn't know, country music is like the most popular music genre here in Buffalo, New York. People love it to death, my mom included. I was never big on the whole country genre. If you listen to my music, you know what I like. Of course, we got the Eminem poster there in the back, but growing up, my mom loved country. And for me, you know, I listen to the Johnny Cash. It's hard to really get me in there, but I like Jelly Roll. I like Lainey Wilson, you know. I'm not going to sit here and say I'm like the biggest country fan, because I'm not. I know there's so many others out there. I will tell this, since it's story time with Demonic right now. We're talking about my mom, we're talking about country music, and my mom's love of country music. When I was growing up and American Idol was in like its very first season, they had karaoke. I was like watching with my mom, and I'm like, who do you want to win? Because my mom would always do karaoke. She would always like, you know, listen to the really good singers when I was growing up. We loved, she loves Fleetwood Mac, Stevie Nicks. You know, Journey was like a band that she put me onto when I was growing up. I love Journey to this day, the Eagles. But she was a really big Carrie Underwood fan, and believe it or not, Carrie Underwood ends up winning the whole fucking thing. And now she's on like every opening NFL Sunday night football game. Any big NFL game, you hear Carrie Underwood singing like the opening song. And not only just that, I remember one time, since I really don't know much, I used to think ZZ Top, and I love ZZ Top. I used to think ZZ Top was like Southern country, because like to me, when my mom was like growing up, I used to think ZZ Top was like Leonard Skinner to them. I used to think that was like, oh, it's just like Southern country. ZZ Top is apparently not even associated with country. They're more like rock and roll. So I love ZZ Top. My mom loves ZZ Top, but I always associated ZZ Top with like a Southern country. Like to me, it always was like Leonard Skinner. I don't know. That was just always like what I heard when I was like, oh, this is just that genre. But there was one time when I asked my mom, what is like your favorite country band? Like who's the best band in country? And she was like, in country, we don't really have bands. Like they have had bands, but there's not. You're more of like a solo artist. You're more of, you know, a solo performer. So in country, it's more of like solo acts, which I can actually really respect. Because for me, when I was trying to get booked, and when I was trying to actually like call around to places, and when I actually did get booked, it almost felt like they thought I was like in a band, or I was part of a band. I'm just one fucking guy. I'm just doing everything by myself. I even think the people that booked me, like they were under the assumption I was gonna show up with like fucking 3, 4, 5 other dudes, and it's literally just me. I'm a solo act. So that is also like one of the hard things in Buffalo too. It's like I was calling a lot of these places, and I'm calling around, and they treat me like I'm like in a band, or I'm supposed to be in a band. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but it's so much harder when you have nobody else. and you're trying to do everything on your own, and nobody else, it's just you. They don't even know, like the other people on the phone don't even know that it's just me. It's just, like they're expecting me to show up with like this whole crew or like fucking, yeah, I think 5 or 4 other guys, and it's just gonna be me walking through the door. Just, yeah, here I am. No engineer, no DJ, again, no band members, nobody playing the guitar, nobody playing the drums. So like, you know, when I was asking my mom, well, who do you think is like the biggest like country band? I looked around a little bit, and there was some big ones, like I would say probably Charles Daniels is like one of the bigger ones. Devil Went Down to Georgia, famous song. But again, that's like Southern country. Like, is that not along the lines of like Leonard Skinner and shit to me? Maybe, you know, but for band terms, we'll say, you know, Charles Daniels, one of the biggest country bands. But it really is more of a solo genre. And I started to respect that when my mom actually like showed that to me. It's one of the reasons I have a lot of respect for genres in general. But for me at least, when I was trying to get myself out there, and when I was even trying to book myself, a lot of the people are talking to me like, you know, I'm just supposed to have an entire label or this entire corporation behind me, when really I'm making the phone call myself and trying to sell myself to people who are basically just hanging the phone up on me. And it's unfortunate because it feels like not all solo artists, but I think all solo artists can relate to just wanting to find some kind of support or somebody that at least believes enough to say, hey, you know, I want you to be able to create more and show me what you're going to create, because that's what it all is about for me right now, at least with the studio demos and stuff. I feel like for me currently, the hope is, at least, and that's the great thing about social media, is I have access at any point in time. Somebody out there can just listen to a song, and I mean, the rest is history. It is improbable, but it's not impossible. As South Park would say, it is improbable, but it's not impossible. So at any point in time, I mean, somebody, and hopefully that's kind of what I'm hoping for, just the right person or just the right people listen to me or just hear one of my songs and be like, hey, I want to find this guy and I want to work with him. But that's always what's been the great thing about the internet to me, and having the access to YouTube and Instagram, Twitter. Especially on Instagram and Twitter, I feel like interaction is a lot more common than on something like a Facebook, which is, I really don't do Facebook anymore because it's a lot less interaction with people. But at least on platforms like YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, X, it feels like there's so much interaction. Celebrities, even, you know, popular social media influencers or whatever, you know, there's so much interaction with these individuals. At any point in time, they can become exposed to what you create or what you put out there. That's the idea that I love so much about the internet and social media and this entire thing that we have here on YouTube. It's so much different here in Buffalo, because in Buffalo, you know, maybe you try to sell something, you try to sell a CD, or you try to sell your music to somebody, they could easily just be like, nah, I'm good on that, keep moving along, you know. They could easily just pass it by and not even, you know, give it a chance, not even give it an opportunity. But at least on the internet, it exists, and it's in a place where people can find it, and people can continuously go to that place at any moment. And the thing that I also like is that they can share it with their friends, or they can share it with their community. And now they've introduced you to an entire audience that you would have never even thought possible. And that is what is beautiful about it to me. As low of a streamer, as low maybe viewership that you have, it's a constant reminder to me, like at any point somebody can find you and somebody can just say, hey, we want to work with you. Last year, for the first time ever, I did my first ever charity stream for Regiment GG. 13 minutes 50 seconds until puck drop in Buffalo, New York for Game 1 with the Montreal Canadiens and the Buffalo Sabres. This game is being played in Buffalo, New York. Sabres have home ice advantage. Leading seed in the tournament. Higher ranking seed because of the better season record. So, Sabres are the fan favorite to win in this series against the Montreal Canadiens. If you are placing any bets out there, illegal, legal, what have you, how you doing? Any bets out there, the Montreal Canadiens definitely going to be the underdogs in the series. So, maybe some big payouts on those games if the boys in Montreal can get a couple wins. But it took 6 games against the Boston Bruins, so it did take about 6 games against the Boston Bruins. So the boys are going to have to come out here strong in round 2.
He battles. He's a little shorter than Dubish, but he moves really well.
Honestly, though, I've liked what I've seen out of our goalie unit. The shooters have looked absolutely amazing. Defense, that's obviously my number one weakness. But after a 6-game series with Boston, I gotta say, I am a little bit impressed with our defense. Dahlin, not my favorite captain at all. I don't like Dahlin as a captain at all. But I will say the boys have played a strong series so far.
I'd say probably the one guy, and it wasn't very much kind of child, but Marty Bevore. On the World Stars tour, we were locked out. Marty was our goalie, and Marty would just non-stop. But he could back it up. And yeah, I was okay with it. That's what made me more angry, too. The guy's chirping, he couldn't back it up. It's one thing. But make a save, it's like, that's all you got. You throw the puck in the corner.
I also would like to say, I know a lot of pizzerias probably working hard here for the Sabres playoffs. A lot of pizzerias here in Buffalo, New York. I know it might not seem like a whole lot to other people, but I do just want to say, please, if you are ordering pizza, if you are going to go out and fucking, treat others like an asshole, don't. I hope you get what's coming to you. I hope, honestly, you get your teeth punched in. But don't fucking go outside and treat other people like assholes. Be respectful. If you're going to be picking up pizzas from pizzerias and the hard-working people that are trying to you with food. But I want the Sabres. You want the Sabres. You're from Montreal. There's a little bit of turmoil there. You're trying to find the right team, but you do like the Sabres. Stronger team, it feels like, here in the playoffs. I respect the choice. But I do just want to say, guys, I've heard a lot of stories out there where people just absolutely act like idiots when they're in public. So please, if you are ordering pizzeria, or if you're going to be at a pizzeria, you ordered something, please treat people and treat others with respect. That's all you have to do. It's really not hard. It costs absolutely nothing in life to do so. And again, these are people working hard to try to provide you with a meal. But I've seen a lot of instances out there where people just feel like they can do whatever they want nowadays. I guess the world revolves around people who order a pizza for themselves watching a hockey game. I don't know. But that's definitely not the way life works. So hopefully, everybody out there, we have a good night here, Wednesday night, for the playoffs. How did you feel about that last series there with Tampa Bay? I mean, it was pretty close there. The 7 games of death, it came right down to the wire. But the Montreal Canadiens did get to round 2. I did want the Canadiens to win, honestly. Great Canadian team there. Great team you have over there in Montreal. It's great to see the Canadiens back in the playoffs. Of course, being from Buffalo, we're right across from Toronto, who the Maple Leafs have been struggling a lot recently. But it is great to have y'all here in the playoffs. I would like at least a really good series here between the Canadiens. Right now, if I had to give some playoff picks, for me it's Buffalo, Philadelphia. I do like the Flyers right now over Carolina because I just hate seeing Carolina every year in the playoffs. I don't know, they're another team that's like trying to make it to the Cup, like right there at the Cup, but Carolina, I don't really like them as a franchise, don't really like them as a hockey club. Nothing against them. My rivals are, of course, Dallas. I hate Dallas teams with a passion. But Carolina is one of those teams I'm trying to knock out of the playoffs for sure, so Philadelphia I would like to see over them. I like Vegas over Anaheim. And I like Anaheim a lot. I do like seeing the Mighty Ducks in the playoffs. Anaheim is another strong playoff team. Really like the Mighty Ducks, but they're going against my boys in Vegas. Jack Eichel and Mitch Marner. They were saved by the goalie. You know, the Canadiens have always had some really good goalie units. I gotta say, man, when I worked at the Buffalo Sabres arena, I had the chance to see Carey Price playing for the Montreal Canadiens. This guy should be at like 100 overall in fucking NHL games. Like, how this man how they didn't win a cup for this guy is unbelievable. I seen this guy play in the net, and I was just absolutely taken away by the skill level of Carey Price. Legend. Absolute legend. I did work at the Buffalo Sabres arena before. Some crazy games I've seen. Honestly, I got to see, OV. Got to see Ovechkin. Got to see Crosby. Got to see Patrick Kane, who is actually a South Buffalo native. My favorite player, Patrick Kane. 3-time Stanley Cup champion with the Blackhawks. I actually learned to play hockey from the same place as Patrick Kane in South Buffalo, in Cazenovia. But absolutely, the Canadiens have always had some really good fucking goalies. I gotta give them that credit. They know how to pick a goalie. They definitely know how to pick a goalie. I like the Sabres goalies a lot here. I think Luukkonen and Lyons are really strong. Lyon has been recently nicknamed the Lion King. So we're going to find out in this series, would you rather be a king when you can be a god or what? They got the Let's Go Buffalo poster. They got the bandwagon out here. They got the wagon circled for Buffalo. Look at this. Look at this. They are circling the wagons for the Buffalo Sabres. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to say it. I've always said it before. Always follow your dreams. Never give up on your dreams. Because your dreams are not going to give up on you. And that is what you always have to remember. I watched a movie once upon a time. It was called Babylon. It was actually a movie about silent movies transitioning into talkies. So it was a period, of course, I want to be a director and a filmmaker, writer one day. But this movie was all about when movies were so popular, they could be silent films. Silent films were so popular, actors didn't even have to worry about acting. It was more body language. It was more about entertainment, energy on screen. When they transitioned into talkies, when sound was finally added to movies, and the first movie to do so was because of Warner Brothers, who are one of my favorite movie production companies, producers, studios, whatever you want to say. Warner Brothers Studios pretty much made the first ever talking film with sound. And when actors had to transition into sound, they didn't quite know how to act. A lot of them actually struggled to transition because, again, silent movies were a thing of the past. But here we are now, 2026. Sound, acting, what you see visually is so important. That is what we know for a movie. National anthem's getting started here in Buffalo. In Buffalo, New York, we had one of the first movie theaters ever in the world. And it actually, I believe it either opened up the day before my birthday, which would be Eminem's birthday, or it opened up on my birthday. I think it opened up on my birthday. First ever movie theater in Buffalo, New York. Even one of the first movie theaters in the world happened in my birthday on Buffalo ground. Now I'm curious because I think it actually did happen on my birthday. They are getting the national anthem started, ladies and gentlemen. Vitascope Hall, which opened October 19th, the day after my birthday. October 19th, which in the Halloween franchise, that's Michael Myers' birthday. October 19th, 1896 in Buffalo, New York, located in the Ellicott Square building. I'm sorry. But October 19th, 1896. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. First movie theater ever opened. Vitascope Hall, Buffalo, New York, October 19th, the day after my birthday, 1896. I always said, ladies and gentlemen, dreams can happen for those who want to make them happen. It is nice to have the Buffalo Sabres back in the playoffs. I am hoping for a strong playoff run, win or lose. It's great to see the boys back. Again, personally, I've never truly had any issues with the Buffalo Sabres. Worked for them in the past as security. Had to leave because I didn't really quite like the security job, but I don't really think that has anything to do against the hockey team itself or the Bandits, the lacrosse team here in Buffalo. Personally, a dream of mine to perform one day at the Sabres Arena here in Buffalo, New York, and even the brand new Bill Stadium, which is going to be opening up in just a few months for the brand new NFL season in 2026. June, July, August, about 3 months away now from NFL season. Preseason football, August, September, so right around the corner. I've always said that the NFL season should immediately start on the 4th of July. Doesn't matter what fucking day it falls on. I want the NFL season to start on the 4th of July. It's America's birthday. It just makes sense. One of my favorite holidays of all time, 4th of July, and we don't even get to fucking play football. I've always felt like NFL season should start on the 4th of July. Independence Day here in America. Doesn't matter if it's a fucking Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturday. It's the 4th of July. It's the opening day of the NFL. There you go. You can play 1 game, 2 game. 4th of July games. But the NFL season really should start on the 4th of July. And it should end right around Christmas. Like, you should have the Super Bowl, like, right around Christmas. That's not how sports franchises and sports clubs, like, obviously just in general, when it comes to, like, regular seasons and the playoffs. Puck drop here in Buffalo. I will turn up the volume just a tad bit for everybody watching at home. Game has officially started. 1 minute off the clock here in the first. Sabres off the opening face-off with control of the puck over the Montreal Canadiens.
Started with just a high flipper right in front of him by Duane. Instead of going on the ice, tape to tip, he went high to get Benson to hunt it down.
And now, opening play has a penalty on the Buffalo Sabres. So, or no, it's actually on the Canadiens. And Montreal takes a penalty for tripping. Right on the first minute of the game. There you go. Opening penalty for Montreal Canadiens.
There's the forecheck. And little takedown there of the laces, Jay.
Oh, that's such a hard
Tripping penalty for Montreal.
almost bounces and stops. Hudson trying to read it. And then Benson just had pursuit on the puck.
19 minutes, 30 seconds left in the first. Only 30 seconds. Not even really a minute off the board. So, only about 30 seconds off the clock right now in the first. Sabres still control the puck here in the opening first. That one dumped back to absolutely nobody there to receive it. Now Sabres trying to pass it around over center ice, over the blue line now, Tage Thompson. This puck is offsides for Buffalo.
Well, the last 3 games of the Boston series for the Buffalo Sabres and Tage Thompson, they outscored.
Buffalo power play remaining 1 minute 30 seconds. 19, 3 seconds remain in the first.
Stalemate starts for the Boston Bruins in the first 3 games of that series.
Face off at center ice. Lost to the Montreal Canadiens, who just dump it back. Penalty killers going to work there for Montreal. Taking some time off the penalty. Now Buffalo on the power play. 1:20 remain for them.
It's cleared down the ice by Newhook before Buffalo can even get in the zone.
A lot of times you find teams struggle with a power play that early in the game, huh, Shane?
Yeah.
They haven't got the work boots on yet.
And confidence, right? It's not an inability right now to get set up and get anything going. And I'll switch up the units, get their second unit.
Buffalo power play, 1 minute 5 remain.
By the Canadians holding their blue line.
In the first, it is 18 minutes 34 on the clock. Whole lot of hockey left to be played in this one. As this is, ladies and gentlemen, Game 1, we are live. This game taking place in Buffalo, New York. For me, I will say one of the saddest things was when I went back to work for concessions. During the entire process where I went back, and I told them, I used to be a runner, and as a runner, I would only make about $7 an hour. A hockey game in general is about 3 hours. If you know, you know. It might be 4 hours if they go to overtime or there's a shootout or whatever, but usually it's about 3 hours. So you make $7 times 3 hours. But I was a whole lot happier as a runner because I got to work the 200 level, which is pretty much the club level, which is where all your celebrities sit. Anybody who's anybody in Buffalo, they pretty much sit in the club levels at the club suites. So I got to work the 200 level. Got to have the game where Benny the Butcher was there. Unfortunately, didn't make anything happen from it. But what I loved was I actually got to enjoy some of the events, which was nice.
I like the shot mentality.
And I always wanted to go back and work with some of my friends that I had made there again. I actually, the people were pretty decent. Even though I actually wasn't making a lot of money, they weren't constantly on my ass. I always did what I had to do. I showed up and worked every game. As security, I always felt like I did what I had to do.
It was good. Alex Line was 95%.
But when I went back and they hired me for concessions, I immediately knew that wasn't really going to be my thing. I never really wanted to do concessions in the first place. And I even said that to the guy that hired me. I was like, hey man, if there's ever a point where I kind of change my mind and I want to go back to being a runner, can we kind of talk about it and make it happen? Everything was cool. Everybody said yes. Everybody said yes at that point. But then when it wasn't cool anymore and when I actually wanted to go back to being a runner, apparently that was a problem. So they actually ended up firing me right before my birthday, which I thought was a little fucked up. So I actually have some beef with Delaware North for that. I felt like that was a little bit of a wrongful termination because, again, the people who fired me that did work concessions, I mean, they don't even know the type of worker that I was when I was a runner. When I was making $7 an hour and I was paying like half my paycheck for fucking Ubers and Lyfts home. And Ubers and Lyfts didn't even want to pick me up from the arena because there was so much traffic. They didn't even want to wait in traffic. They don't even know that I was a security guard. Again, don't even know the type of worker I was, but fired me before my birthday, so I thought that was a little messed up. Actually kind of ruined my mood for my birthday. Last couple of my birthdays haven't really been that great, to be honest. I haven't really had the chance to enjoy them.
Round 4, Denny Dunn. Gone through for Newhook. Scored the game-winning goal in Game 7 on Sunday in Tampa. With just 9 shots on goal for Montreal in their Game 7 win. Hudson
Buffalo turns the puck over in their zone. That puck went off the arm of Lyon, hit the bar, and then bounced out of play. Lyon does save the puck here with some dangerous attempts from the Montreal Canadiens. Lyon is in the net here for the Buffalo Sabres. You gotta think that's a smart move here from Lindy Ruff, who knows a great goalie when he sees him. Formerly coached Dominic Hasek. And Montreal turn it over now, 3-on-1. And that is a Buffalo Sabres goal. Off the Montreal mistake, ladies and gentlemen. The Buffalo Sabres take advantage. We can draw the swords. The Sabres have draw blood in the first. Get the Sabres out. Draw the Sabres, ladies and gentlemen. The boys are on the board with the first goal in Buffalo, New York. Off a bad mistake from the Montreal Canadiens. 3-on-1 there. And the goalie just couldn't keep up. Pass right to 91. That one goes to the back of the net. It's Benson on the assist. Benson to Doan. And the Buffalo Sabres first on the board here in Game 1.
Beautiful pass over to Doan.
4:31, the top of the goal, second of the playoffs for Josh Doan. Here comes Cole Caulfield.
So the Buffalo Sabres, ladies and gentlemen, get the first goal. Benson to Doan for the Buffalo Sabres. Now Tage Thompson with the puck over the blue line. Past that one. Damn near another deja vu play with an entirely separate line. Now Montreal gets it out of harm's way, dumps it into the Buffalo zone. Montreal still have control of it. Big one-timer there from the blue line. Montreal still passing it around in the defensive zone for the Sabres. Canadiens on the attack. That one gets frozen up. Frozen biscuit by Alex Lyon.
Especially from the wing to be able to take a slap shot. Here he puts his head down, his eyes up. He's got this label high to the blocker side, but a great save there.
Good shots here in the first from both teams. Definitely like a lot what I've seen out of both of these teams. Right now, though, Montreal Canadiens, off of that bad mistake, ended up 3-on-1, and the goalie just didn't have enough time to react to the pass from Benson to Doan. Ends up being 1-0 currently for the Sabres. Bad poke check there for the Sabres goalie. Almost ended up going right in the net. Now, this one's still in the Sabres zone. Montreal working it around with the pass. One-timer from the blue line. Off its mark. This one dumped in by the Sabres now. 13:50 remains on the clock in the first.
Yeah, Texier just trying to
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for checking out the channel, being here with me tonight. This is Game 1 of the Sabres versus the Canadiens, Round 2 of the 2026 NHL Stanley Cup Playoffs. They are getting loud over there in Buffalo. I'm seeing a lot of red jerseys, though, from Montreal. The Canadiens welcome here in Buffalo. Puck ends up going back to Montreal here right now. Montreal defensively in their zone, passing the puck around. Trying to get some fresh blades out there on the ice now. Dump and chase from Montreal around the boards. Canadiens pass it around, lost control of the puck. Buffalo gets it back now. Pass to center ice. This one dump and chase from the Sabres. Canadiens, goalie out of play. Gets back in net now. Montreal trying to get this puck out of danger. Bad play there. Gets intercepted now. Back to Montreal. Move over the blue line. Canadiens passing it around here in the Sabre zone. Hit a Buffalo Sabres player down low now. Canadiens trying to dump this around the boards. Montreal slowing it down now behind the net. Canadiens with possession. Center ice play here for the Canadiens over blue line now on the attack. That shot gets blocked by the Buffalo Sabres. And now Canadiens get it back behind the Sabres net. Passing around here for the Canadiens. One-timer from the blue line, can't hit the net.
Around the boards, Cole Caulfield, his pass goes awry.
Signals cross with Gooley at the point.
What to expect moving forward, ladies and gentlemen, I will say definitely, more playoff games here with the boys. Definitely more playoff games with the Sabres as much farther as we can take it in this 2026 playoff run for the NHL Stanley Cup playoffs. 4th of July, I would like to do something special. I've been thinking, good shot right down low in front of the net for the Montreal Canadiens. Got blocked off by Lyon, the Lion King for the Buffalo Sabres.
There's a couple of hard strides, and then slides into the slot for Anderson. Open is Duane. Wrist shot. Now it's stopped by Logan Stanley.
Puck's getting blocked all around here from the Sabres. Really putting the body on the line here to block these shots. Love to see it.
Sets up the middle of the ice, left side now for Hudson. Drags and shoots.
Montreal still passing it around there. Good hit there from Buffalo. Gets the puck away from Montreal. Now Buffalo moving it past the blue line. Get held up. Montreal gets it back, working it behind their net. Possibly going for a line change here, most likely, both teams. Current score 1-0 Buffalo Sabres lead the game. 10 minutes and 10 seconds left in the first. Buffalo in their zone, trying to get the puck back. They do now at center ice. Sabres past the blue line. Good shot there from the Sabres, but an even better save there, which takes the goal away. Keeps this game at 1-0. Buffalo get this puck back at center ice. Good passing here from the Sabres now. Trying to get it away from Montreal. We'll just dump it back to the Sabre zone. And that one immediately intercepted by the Canadiens. Who are going around the net now, trying to find a play here, make something happen offensively. Canadiens trying to get a goal back here in the first. And right in front of the net. Canadiens taking a lot of good shots here in front of the net off of these good pass attempts. But Lyon, so far the Lion King for the Buffalo Sabres in the first period. You love to see the fans down there at Canal Side, literally about a 6-7 minute drive right down the street from me, South Park here in Buffalo. Looks like it's going to start raining at any point today, so hopefully the fans brought some umbrellas, brought some raincoats, something, because it might be storming around the end of this one. Because I was out there earlier and we got rain clouds in the sky if I've ever seen them. And the arena is only about a 7 minute drive from me down South Park, so hopefully the fans that are waiting outside the arena, watching this game here, everybody is prepared for some bad weather later on tonight. Right now, though, inside the arena, everybody's happy. It's nothing but celebration. They're probably selling beer non-stop. That don't stop till the third period. I know that much. They probably got the beers going. They probably got fucking the Triple H music on the announce system, on the fucking speaker system. It's time to play the game.
Right now in the Great Clips app, you can take advantage.
Time to play the game.
To win a trip to the Stanley Cup Final for you. The Great Clips app today.
But I know when I worked at the arena, they would always play Triple H's theme song just before puck drop.
Where's the doorman?
There is no doorman. That's why we're waiting.
I know I can say it just like Lenny. I have been practicing with the voice impression, but if I don't have the song playing, it's a little bit hard for me to do the Lenny impression because I don't fucking smoke a pack of cigarettes a day. Never smoked cigarettes in my life, chat. Another thing, hopefully people are out there trying to avoid. Never smoked cigarettes in my life. I have been around them. Definitely have picked up some secondhand, but I'm nowhere probably what Lenny was doing in his day. So the Motorhead voice for me isn't really all there, brother, but I can do it once or twice. That's no problem.
For the Canadiens, they kind of got to get their rush game going a little bit. Have a few opportunities. They had a stretch pass that led to Anderson in on the forechecks. More plays like that.
Face off here in the Buffalo Sabres zone. Sabres do win the face off.
For the moment, Logan Stanley hopped down the tunnel.
I gotta be real with you. I mean, when we got the series between Vegas and Anaheim, I really like both of those teams. Little bit of hockey history too. The first ever time I got to see a Sabres game, first ever Buffalo Sabres game I went to, we played the Anaheim Ducks. So that was the first ever Buffalo Sabres game I went to against the Anaheim Ducks, and this was at a time when we still had Jack Eichel, Ryan O'Reilly, Evander Kane, I believe, was also still on the time. It was the Sabres who were apparently never meant to be. Evander Kane now plays for Edmonton Oilers. Jack Eichel obviously has had his success with Vegas and the Golden Knights, which I was always happy for Jack Eichel. I'm really happy for Eichel and Sam Reinhart. One of the craziest games I ever seen in my life when I worked at the Sabres Arena, Jack Eichel came back to Buffalo and fucking dominated the Sabres, got a hat trick on him, left Buffalo with a hat trick. They absolutely booed the guy out of the arena. I don't know, they hate Jack Eichel here in Buffalo. I got nothing against him. The crazy thing when it comes to me with like sports in Buffalo, I've never hated the Patriots. People in Buffalo here hate the Patriots. I've never hated the Patriots. I've never hated Tom Brady. I've always realized the type of skill that Tom Brady has. Real recognizes real. GOAT recognizes the GOAT. Tom Brady has always been okay in my book. Never had anything against Tom Brady. If you ask me, teams I've always hated, my biggest rivals have always been Dallas. Because anytime Buffalo gets to a championship, Dallas is right the fuck there with us and they somehow beat us. Buffalo Bills lost 2 back-to-back Super Bowls to the Dallas Cowboys. And when I was growing up wearing this jersey, Lindy Ruff coaching the Buffalo Sabres, in this colorway, the black and red, we made it all the way to the Stanley Cup, and we lost to the Dallas Stars. I'm going to turn off the AC, because I feel like that's way too much ambient noise here in the back. I definitely don't like all that ambient noise in my videos. This is an original jersey too. This is CCM. They don't even make this anymore. I believe the original sponsors for the jerseys in the NHL were CCM and Reebok. So this is definitely an original jersey, CCM. This is original. This is not a Fanatics one. I think Josh Allen, when they had him in a game recently, he was wearing more of like the current like 2026 or 2025 version. Nope, this is a CCM one. This is from the 1999-2000 season. It's got the Canadian patch on the back, Canadian flag on the back. So this is definitely an original jersey. And I only broke this out because we made it to the playoffs. And so far, it's been good luck. So if it's good luck for the boys, we're going to keep it happening. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But first ever Buffalo Sabres game I actually went to in my life, it was the Sabres and the Anaheim Ducks. And again, we had Jack Eichel, Ryan O'Reilly, Evander Kane. Crazy Buffalo Sabres roster. This was never meant to be. First Buffalo Bills game I ever went to was actually the Buffalo Bills versus the Detroit Lions. And I think that was around like 2003, 2004. And Buffalo Sabres get another goal. Benson. Top shelf. Mama hides the cookies off a rebound. The Sabres are absolutely on fire, ladies and gentlemen. 2 goals for the Buffalo Sabres. Benson right there with an assist and now a goal for Benson. Ladies and gentlemen, extend this man's contract for the Buffalo Sabres. We're going to need him. Draw the blades. Draw the Sabres. Ladies and gentlemen, the boys, the Buffalo Sabres are drawing blood. We are on the board with 2 goals in the first. Bang, and it wasn't even off a rebound. It was off a beautiful pass from the front. Oh no, Benson and McLeod. It was a McLeod goal. So McLeod is actually credited with the goal from another pass from Benson, who now has 2 assists. Wow, Benson absolutely just finding the plays here. A playmaker for Buffalo. 2 assists currently for Benson. And 2 goals for the Buffalo Sabres. That last goal credited to McLeod. Congratulations, right there at the right time.
Takes a 2-0 lead. Montreal looking to respond. And it's broken up by power, and Timmins able to get it out. Montreal and Tampa just finished an epically close 7-game series. And all 7 games decided by 1 goal. 4 of them went to overtime.
Tage Thompson takes it over the blue line for Buffalo. On the attack here in the Canadiens' defensive zone. Sabres still passing this one around. 2-goal game right here for the Buffalo Sabres in Buffalo, New York. Home ice for the Sabres. And currently, everything going good here for the Buffalo Sabres. I'd love to see it.
That check, despite the fact that Duane got rid of the puck. Knocked down on the ice, had it, lost it, picked up by Alex Tuck. Here's Tuck driving in. Settle for an outside shot into the skis of Matheson. Grabs with the hit on Carey and sends him down to the ice. Tage Thompson picks up the puck, trying to fight through Valeno. He does. Thompson, his backhand. Duane finds it, his backhand gets to the net, and it's stopped by Yakubovic. And Carey and Tuck have to be separated after the whistle.
Good first period here between the Sabres and the Canadiens.
That has set the Sabres ahead by 2 here in the opening period.
It's looking really good right now. 2-goal game. Like what I see.
Want a twist on breakfast? Try the new DQ breakfast.
It has been said, ladies and gentlemen, and I've worked at the arena myself, I do know that they do not want to move that arena anytime soon. The Sabres arena will definitely be where it is. Seymour H. Knox the Third Plaza. Currently right there by Canal Side. Because it's been there a long time. They just see on doing repairs, maybe some renovations, some upgrades. Nothing seriously like tearing it down and building a whole new stadium for the boys. A lot of history there with the Sabres arena. But it is really nice to see a new stadium for the Buffalo Bills. Definitely well needed, well deserved.
Who's Wayne Gretzky?
Again, you know,
That's nice. What would discover?
people definitely, we do love Josh Allen here. Josh Allen, one of my favorite players. Everybody gives the 90s Bills a lot of shit and Jim Kelly a lot of shit for losing 4 Super Bowls, but the thing that I've always looked at it was Jim Kelly at least took us to 4 Super Bowls. I'm still waiting for Josh Allen and our current Bills to take us to 1. One of my biggest things as an athlete and as a player myself, I've always said, you know, I've played in situations where you make it all the way to the championship, where you play in big games, big moments, and sometimes you lose. But even if you lose in the championship, people will talk shit. People will say, oh, this person sucks, this player sucks, this team sucks. They made it all the way to the championship for a reason. You can make it to the championship and people will still not think you're good enough to be there. The reason I kind of left the security position at the Sabres and the concession was because I really didn't feel like I was treated like part of the team. And that's really what does it for me. You gotta really feel like I'm part of the team for me to want to be there. And for me to continuously want to create and work. And
His dad had 8 first-round exits, only got out of the first round once. That was in his final year in the Western Conference Final in 2012.
Buffalo Sabres here. Still got 4 minutes left in the first. Right now, everything seems to be going their way. A little bit of a schizophrenic pass there at center ice, but the boys got it. Nope, now it's turned off. And now the Canadiens can't find the pass there. Trying to send this one around the boards. Nobody there for it. Player getting off the bench. Able to get it for the Canadiens now. Montreal in their defensive zone. Trying to slow the game down, at least for the moment. Now over the blue line in the Sabre zone. Defensive zone for Buffalo. Montreal on the attack. Blue line passes here. Shot goes behind the net. Now Sabres get it back. 3:40 left in the first. Buffalo 2-0 with the lead over the Montreal Canadiens. Sabres, everything going right so far in this first. And that one gets blocked right at center ice by Benson, who's just been an absolute workhorse, an absolute Iron Man for the Buffalo Sabres. You gotta credit it. We gotta be thinking about contract for Benson, at least like extend it. Give me something, Sabres. Just don't let me down here. That is one of the things I am hoping that the coaches really do notice, because that has also been one of my weaknesses and my kryptonites with the Buffalo Sabres Hockey Club over the years. Coaches have and team staff have been absolutely fucking awful. The shits. Okay, coaches, managers, absolutely fucking atrocious for the Buffalo Sabres over the years. Some of the worst I've ever seen. Now that we got Lindy Ruff back, finally, somebody who fucking knows at least what they're doing, especially with the Buffalo Sabres. Like I said, took the boys all the way to the Stanley Cup, especially when I wore this jersey. But you gotta get somebody who knows the great game of hockey, who knows what they're doing with the Buffalo Sabres, at least somebody who at least cares about the Buffalo Sabres, and obviously wants to be here. Now, we finally get the right coach. Lindy Ruff comes back to Buffalo, and now things are finally turning around for the Sabres. They're making it far into the playoffs here, second round.
Never having to rush home thanks to late check-in.
In what couldn't even be a sentence spoken last year, the boys, the Buffalo Sabres in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Are you out of your mind?
So what you gonna do?
A sentence nobody even would say last season. It is now a reality in Buffalo, New York, because of the coach, Lindy Ruff.
Blubbering cave with the liberty.
Like I said, you gotta be taking notice of the players actually making a difference in this playoff. Who are we gonna keep on this team?
Only pay for what you need.
I will be right back, ladies and gentlemen.
People ask what I've been up to since high school.
Let's have some fun.
After all all these years, have we finally gone too far?
If you make a mistake, the Buffalo Sabres will make you pay. We saw that on the first goal of the game here tonight as they took a 1-0 lead, and we saw it a lot in the first round. The Buffalo Sabres with 15 goals within 10 seconds of a turnover. That leads the NHL this postseason. Their differential in that area is +12. The next closest team, Berkey, is Colorado and Vegas at +6. You turn the puck over against this team, it doesn't matter how it happens. If you trip or you fall, it doesn't matter. They go the other way, and they make you pay.
Well, they got a roster full of weapons, Jackie, to take care of business offensively.
The speed we talked about on both sides. Still waiting to see a little bit more of it from Montreal, but Buffalo certainly has. Lindy Ruff talking about his team wanting to play fast.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am back. Stepped out for a second to help my mom. Always help my mom when she comes down here. I don't care what's going on. I drop everything. I drop everything. I stop everything that I'm doing. I always help my mom. That is definitely the one thing that I always do. It doesn't matter what's happening. Like I said, love my mom to death. So whatever is going on, I try to stop what I'm doing, and I immediately try to take care of that. But we are back here. Montreal with good puck possession here. Off the post, and now a player gets pushed right into the fucking goalie crease, right behind our goalie. I don't know how that's not a penalty. Now delayed penalty on Buffalo. Canadiens still with possession of the puck, as there's 2 minutes left in the first here. Buffalo touches it. There you go. Penalty on the Sabres. And that is going to be interference on the Buffalo Sabres.
As Hudson did in the early parts of the game. Interference call. Wes McCauley with the call. Pierre Lambert as well. Officiating this game is the 2-on-1 break. The shot through the arm, off the post, and out the other way. Boy, this is a big break. He just gets enough of it.
Wow.
Between the elbow and the side of the body line, does. And if he's not challenging that...
Rasmus Dahlin on the interference. Gets sent to the penalty box. Can't hit the player when they don't have the puck, Dahlin. Now, Montreal Canadiens do have the power play. Okay, we are still live streaming, so that's good. Let me try to turn the TV back on, guys, because we just lost connection to that. No idea what just happened. Maybe the Wi-Fi had to reset. Maybe like the modem and the router actually reset right there, but I think we are back. So I apologize for that inconvenience right there. Okay. My apologies for the technical difficulties. We have returned. Thank you, everybody, for sticking with me. We're back. No idea what happened right there. Some technical difficulties. Let me go TNT East because this is an East matchup. I want TNT East. We are watching TNT East on Hulu, and apparently during the technical difficulties, the Montreal Canadiens scored one back on the board. They got a goal. So it is a 2-1 game here in the first. 33 seconds left in the first remaining. What do we got here? Okay, we are successfully connected, so that's good. Thank you, everybody, for sticking around. Again, no idea what happened there on the technical difficulties and the delay. Whole delay while we were experiencing technical difficulties. Little bit of interruption here. The Montreal Canadiens were able to get one back on the board. Now 10 seconds only remain in the first. And the Sabres are just trying to keep the puck away from the Canadiens here who are on the attack. So the Montreal Canadiens do get one back, ladies and gentlemen. 2-1 after the first period. And we're going to the first intermission. My apologies again. Some technical difficulties right there during that final minute of the game. On that last power play for the Montreal Canadiens, they were able to get one back. And it seems like the Buffalo Sabres penalty killers are just struggling out there this series. really having to really do work against the power plays. But first intermission coming up for the Sabres and the Canadiens. Hopefully, no more technical difficulties because that was a weird one. Don't know what the fuck happened right there. It was like our whole Wi-Fi, whole modem and router had to like reset for a couple seconds. But we are back. We're live. That I am sure of.
Okay.
Worst game I ever seen.
During intermission, what do we want to talk about? Let's see.
This Mother's Day at iPhone
Well,
17,
4th of July coming up, like I said, that's a really big day for me. I would like to say this. For the time from right now, as far as I know, like for the rest of the time on this channel, my biggest time on this channel, like my biggest period for videos, content creation, anything, I feel like it all starts with the road to WrestleMania. So like every year from this point forward, it's always going to be like that's the biggest time of year for me. Like it's going to start as soon as the WrestleMania season starts. That's when like my content creation and like I really get into like my video stuff here on YouTube. But it's really the road to WrestleMania season. I would say I really want to focus on doing a lot of 4th of July specials. After that, really the only big thing for me would be my birthday, which is October 18th, Halloween, October 31st, Thanksgiving specials, and then maybe some Christmas specials. But I'm definitely focused on doing a lot more specials here on the channel, at least just for like trying to come up with ideas of how I can make videos of what I want to do and how I can edit them. Definitely take it to a different place and start to do more content creation with the ideas and the videos that I want to create personally. But I am thinking of doing more like specials. I don't know more for like this year because it's a little bit hard right now.
Yep, still here.
But I am trying to make everything happen with what I have. And I guess that's another thing we can talk about too, while we're at it, I guess. You know, when I first started doing the whole YouTube thing, 2009, I always think about the first channel that I ever had, first channel I ever created, and I made it all possible just on like a little video camera. When I would think about like, how do I want to put my gameplays out there and how do I want to show people on the internet like what I'm actually capable of doing, it always takes me back to like that little video camera and trying to like come up with ideas.
Stop. This is simply safe.
Never was able to like film my own movies or like do like mini movies, short films if you will, because never had enough friends for like actors or anything. Was always writing scripts. But again, never had enough friends, never had any money to pay anybody. Gotta kind of do everything on my own and by myself, which over the years has really fucking sucked. If I'm just being honest, it has really fucking sucked. But I guess that's just the way it goes right now. It's sad because like I always think about it like 2009, you know, I think of a lot of the ideas and a lot of the videos that I wanted to create, and I think about what it would have done for myself at that time if I had access to like the content, like creating with the camera and the equipment and the actors and the money and everything on the budget and the production scale, but it just was never meant to be at that time. I could think about, you know, where it potentially could have taken the channel. There's so many things, there's so many different directions where things could have gone. And there's still so much that I would like to include on my channel. I try to like, I notice right now, a lot of like, what is popular on the channel is mostly like wrestling content, which is great because obviously that's one of my favorite things to do is wrestling content. But I want to, I definitely want to create more, and I definitely want to try some other things that I'm interested in doing. It's just always trying to create things within the restrictions that I have.
The Sabres were back here.
Unfortunately.
Paul Bissonnette, Anson Carter, and Henrik Lundqvist.
Which when we talk about things, you know, when it comes to like these videos, I do all of this on an Android phone that literally costs maybe like $120. Which granted, you know, I love it. It's a phone. My phone, it does everything I need it to do. When people call me, I talk to them. When they talk to them, I get to live stream. I get to listen to music. My phone does what it needs to do. It's not $1,000 iPhone, so by no means am I able to just go and feel like I can make a fucking Disney production on my iPhone at any fucking moment because I don't got that accessory. I don't got that accessibility. When we talk about these videos, I've tried to download DaVinci Resolve. DaVinci Resolve is a free editing software. I am aware of that. I love DaVinci Resolve. I would use it if I could. Most of your popular YouTubers, in fact, probably, if not all of them, all your YouTubers, since it is a free software and there is a payable version where you do get more bang for your buck, but because it is a free software, mostly all of your popular YouTubers are using a DaVinci Resolve. The catch to that, most of them are using $1,000 desktops, right? I've always wanted an Alienware desktop. I do not have the money for Alienware. That's neither here nor there. I love Lenovo and I love Asus. Right now, I have a Lenovo IdeaPad 1. It's a laptop. It is not powerful enough to run DaVinci Resolve. So I cannot edit videos with DaVinci Resolve. I've tried to run it on there, just not powerful enough. I will have to use some kind of other lower budget editing software for the time being.
When you play a 2-on-1 as a goalie, yes, you are kind of
when it comes to capture cards, it sucks to think about it because I actually had an Elgato at one point. I literally had like a really good Elgato when I had my PS3 and my PS4, but now that is such an older model and there's so many, you know, your 4K versions and whatnot. There's a lot better models of the Elgato now for capture card and streaming.
I would love my deep guy to kind of just leave the shooter to me,
but again,
and then you take away the backside and don't
try to work with what I have.
It was a great play.
Try to make things possible with what I'm given.
Makes a huge difference because, again,
when life gives you lemonade, or when life gives you lemons, you just have to try to make lemonade. So that's kind of what I've been trying to do.
Well, it was not only that the leg went down, he also pushed to his right. As he's going to his left,
I talked about the story of the chicken wing in Buffalo for our first series against the Boston Bruins. And again, ladies and gentlemen, the chicken wing, once upon a time, was just an ingredient that chefs would throw away. They would use it as stock in soups and stews. So the chicken wing was just an ingredient that they would throw away one night in Buffalo, New York. It was used to feed hungry people with no money. And now it is legendary.
And every time he touches the puck,
we literally have chicken wing festivals here. There are championships. Pizzerias go crazy. Places go crazy about chicken wings. This is something that they actually cook in fine dining restaurants. That's how serious they take it here in Buffalo. You can get chicken wings in a fine dining establishment,
and they've got 8 high danger chances already,
which I love. I do love my chicken wings. If I had to go top 5 chicken wing sauces, for me personally, top 5 chicken wing sauces. I love hot sauce. Buffalo sauce, hot sauce is number 1. Frank's hot sauce was created here in Buffalo, New York.
I'm just so baffled, Leo.
So Frank's is really popular. I love hot sauce, lemon pepper, garlic parmesan. I really like honey mustard. I'm not gonna lie, I do like honey mustard. I've never liked barbecue chicken wings. I do barbecue chicken wings on the grill, and I'll put barbecue sauce on them. But sometimes I've just never really been like, I feel like barbecue sauce is better on like actual like barbecue food. I've never really cared for it on my chicken wings and on my chicken. So I'm a little bit lower tier when it comes to the barbecue sauce. Again, I've always liked hot sauce, buffalo sauce, lemon pepper, garlic parm. Honey mustard is really good. If I had to pick a barbecue sauce, it'd probably be Loganberry barbecue. But Logan, I don't know. Like I said, barbecue just really doesn't hit for me. It's really like lower scale. But in Buffalo, New York, we do know how to cook chicken wings on the grill. And when I cook chicken wings on the grill, I will throw some barbecue sauce on there if it's the right one. Usually people around here like the sweet race. I've had some places where it's just way too fucking sweet and I just hate it. I hate sweet barbecue sauce. Hate sweet barbecue sauce, and I hate when people don't know how to actually cook barbecue, because I feel like I actually know how to cook a damn good barbecue. So when people kind of get the barbecue sauce wrong, I hate that when it's way too sweet. I hate Arby's. Arby's is like my lowest rated fast food place. Hate Arby's with a passion. Remember one time, I think I either got like this pulled pork sandwich or it was like their brisket. It might have been the pulled pork because this thing tasted just straight up like fucking bacon. And I do not like bacon on my food. I'll eat bacon sometimes. I do like bacon, but I do not like bacon on all my food. And here they are showing a fucking Arby's advertisement while I'm talking about them. Speak of the devil. I fucking hate Arby's so much. That fucking pulled pork or that brisket tasted nothing but like... It tasted like fucking bacon fat, bro. It tasted straight up like fat. I'm not gonna lie to you. And I could not fucking even... I can't do it. One thing I will never get from like fast food places is bacon. Never gonna get bacon. Never gonna get eggs. If I'm getting like a McMuffin, I get the McMuffin sausage. No egg. Fuck the egg. I like to switch into hash brown and get the hash brown in there, throw it on the McMuffin, little sausage McMuffin with the hash brown. Boom. That's the demonic version. Right there. Fucking bada bang, bada boom. It's nothing to it. Get that fucking egg out of here. All that pasteurized, processed bullshit. Never gonna get the bacon from fast food places. Never gonna get the eggs from fast food places. I do not do that. Crazy enough, growing up, I loved the hot cakes, which are like pancakes from McDonald's, and those they just throw in the microwave to warm them up, which is kind of unfortunate because I hate when food is actually thrown in the microwave. That is like my one biggest pet peeve. I've cooked in restaurants, and I do not fucking cook with microwaves. I feel like Chef Gordon Ramsay. Every time I see a fucker microwave, it just burns this fire inside of me.
It's innovation in chemistry helping unlock what's always been there.
My favorite fast food places here in Buffalo, New York. I do love Sonic and I do love Checkers and Rallies. It's really rare when I get to have Sonic and Checkers and Rallies, but I do love Sonic and Checkers and Rallies.
It's proof that daily routine can be
McDonald's I like. Mighty Taco is a really big one here in Buffalo for me. I really love Mighty Taco. Taco Bell's okay, but I always felt like Taco Bell doesn't put enough. It actually doesn't give you like enough fucking meat, pause. But they actually don't. Like a lot of their portions and a lot of like their serving sizes are not really up to par for me. And if I'm gonna pay for something, I want to feel like I paid for something that was worth it or it's of value. So Mighty Taco is why I kind of prefer Mighty Taco over Taco Bell. But I like Taco Bell. I like the Doritos, Nachos, Locos Tacos. Nachos, Locos Tacos.
Chipotle honey chicken is back.
But definitely prefer Mighty Taco. Burger King I like. Wendy's I like.
Open to summer.
Really, I would say Arby's is just the worst for me. I've always wanted a White Castle here in Buffalo, which I don't know how there isn't any White Castles. I think we should just take out all the Arby's. Just destroy all the Arby fast food chains in Buffalo. No more Arby's. We got real fucking Buffalo barbecue. We know how to actually cook barbecue food down here in Buffalo. We don't need fucking Arby's. Fucking take out all the Arby's, and we're gonna bring in White Castle. I've always wanted to try White Castle, and an appropriate White Castle. Really, like a fucking the actual fucking quality. I don't like fucking again frozen burgers, fucking throwing shit in the microwave. That's not how I cook shit. That's not how I like to eat my food. It's just not the same. So I would like to actually have a White Castle experience one day. And it's crazy because they're popular in like New Jersey, Ohio, Michigan. So how they have not ended up in Buffalo, New York, I don't know. But they're popular everywhere else around the Midwest, so maybe one day. For me, I would definitely take out all the Arby's though and replace White Castle, because I don't know. I would like to try that Harold and Kumar challenge, where it's like the 30 White Castle hamburgers and like 4 large fries and shit.
Financial professional. It's never too soon to think about your future at Mass Mutual. They're more than insurance. Call that number.
And anytime I have had White Castle, it's those frozen burgers, and like I said, it's just not the same. I've always just wanted like an actual proper experience of the White Castle. We have a place here in Buffalo that sounds really nice, Augie's. I would like to try them. Dairy Queen is really popular for ice cream and blizzards.
But selling one bucket at a time.
Well, pizzeria's obviously got to be going hard for like Buffalo Bills games and Buffalo Sabres games. My brother's favorite pizzeria is Imperial, which is really popular in South Buffalo and Lackawanna. Imperial is like really fucking popular down here in South Buffalo. For me, they got way too much. Their pizza is fucking way too thick. It's fucking, all the sauce is sweet. And they put way too much sauce on the pizza. It's like a fucking, there is just way too much sauce on the pizza. I like a New York style pizza, thin, crispy, fucking little bit of sauce, mostly cheese, mostly a lot of the flavor from the dough, from the cheese. You cook it in a brick oven, wood fire. Brick oven, New York style is my kind of pizza. I don't really care for Imperial a lot. I like Fra Amici's, which is right up the street from me. Gino and Joe's is pretty good. Bella is another popular one I know down here. I know La Nova is really popular in Buffalo because when I worked at the arena, they're a partner. They actually sell the pizza at the arena, which is not the actual recipe from La Nova. So anyone in Buffalo out there, I'm sorry to break your spirits, but if you go to the Buffalo Sabres arena and you buy La Nova pizza, it is not the same actual La Nova pizza. Not the same recipes, none of that. They're pretty much just cooking the pizza in the arena off of their ingredients and stuff. So not the same quality at all. And I know this from experience. Even the hot dogs, even Salen's hot dogs, the way that they cook them, I don't really like the way that they cook them at the arena. So, if you're at the arena, I'm sorry to break your spirits if you're a Buffalo Sabres fan, but if you're looking for authentic La Nova pizza, you're not going to find it at the Sabres arena. Even though they're a partner, it's just not the same quality. But I do know that La Nova is really popular as well here in Buffalo, New York. For me, like I said, I just really prefer a traditional New York style. So for me, we got Fra Amici's right up the street. For me, I could literally walk there and pick up a pie if I wanted to. I got Fra Amici's right up the street, right on Hopkins. And they're really, like, I tell every time I go in there, it's the same people working. It's family. You know, it's a family business, so that's what I like about them. Really good prices, affordable, great quality. Sabres taking a couple shots here. Started the second. But Fra Amici's. I do like Gino and Joe's, which is actually really close to me now, too. But I love authentic, traditional New York style pizza. Not a lot of sauce. Crispy. Cook it in a brick oven, wood fire. The real way to go. I've always wanted to try Chicago style. I've always wanted to try Detroit style, which I've had Detroit style, but not ever in Detroit, Michigan. But I love how they have more of like that grandma. It's more of like a grandma crispy pan, kind of Italian grandma style. For us Italians, of course, the grandma style, more of that rectangle pie.
McLeod have the goals for Buffalo. Suzuki has the goal for Montreal. Dobson across the ice. Slavkovsky to dump it in. Next line stopped it. Byron's pass sends Alex Tuck up ice with Suzuki.
Alex Tuck moves past center ice over the blue line. Good passing here from the Sabres. And a good shot, Tage Thompson. On net, that one gets waved off by the Montreal Canadiens goaltender.
Race to the bench for both teams.
Currently, 18 minutes remain in the second. 2-1 score. Buffalo Sabres lead. Montreal Canadiens still trying to tie this one up. But the Sabres do lead with 1 goal. And the Buffalo Sabres will freeze the biscuit here. Face-off coming soon.
Play by the Sabres to talk about how active their blue liners. This the whole play happens. There's a little give and go power, and then it's a play to Tage Thompson. A great look for him as he hits a body in front.
That is right in his wheelhouse.
Tage Thompson had a great look at it, honestly.
Obviously being 6'6".
Goaltender for Montreal did his job, though, earned his paycheck. That's all you can ask from the goaltender out of Montreal.
Both in the third period of game 1. Stu Dickinson points. He had 7 points in that first round series.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, Montreal passing it around the boards.
Guy who had his second straight 40-goal season. Cooley will come collect this. McLeod on him in a hurry. Cooley. Drawn for Arbor, Jack.
Good keep away here from Montreal. Keeps Buffalo off the puck, and now dump and chase. That's the icing on the Canadiens.
That guy was doing right there. But let's go back to Logan Stanley, who's going to go for a change right now. Early in the hockey game, right here, after a big hit on Hudson.
One of the things I said last stream as well, maybe even for my birthday this year, if I'm able to make it happen, we'll try to look for like an October deal for the PS5 if there's some deals going on Silent Hill F and Silent Hill Townfall, I believe it is, coming up soon. I would like to get like a 2-for-1 because, again, not a lot of money and just not any money at all for me currently. So if I can get 2 games for the price of 1, that would be excellent. Benson taking it in for the Sabres here. Benson can't get anything to happen for Buffalo, though, off of that last attempt. Obviously, Resident Evil 9 Requiem, another one that I've really wanted to check out, but only time I really get to watch new release games is other streamers when they have the opportunity to play them, so that's whenever I'll have the opportunity to check out some of my favorite streamers, other people that I watch on YouTube, of course. If you ever go to my highly recommend on my YouTube channel, that is everything that I'm currently watching. So that is up to date of kind of everything that I'm watching when I'm on YouTube, from most recent to the least recent. So I've been watching a lot of other people kind of play those games. And the Buffalo Sabres. Greenway puts it in the back of the net for the boys. The Sabres get the 2-goal lead back in the second period. Number 12 for the Sabres, Jordan Greenway. We got to draw the Sabres once again, ladies and gentlemen. Good wrist shot right there from Greenway. Draw the Sabres. The boys drawing blood in the second. No, it was a pass, wasn't it? No, it just got right past the glove. Wow, Greenway got it right past the glove. And that is a Buffalo Sabres goal, ladies and gentlemen. Game 1 has been looking all Buffalo in Buffalo. So you love to see that. You do love to see that. You might as well get Jim Carrey on the phone. Call Bruce Almighty, ladies and gentlemen, because the signs from God could be a reality. Can the Buffalo Sabres take it all the way to the Stanley Cup? If you've never seen the Jim Carrey movie, Bruce Almighty, ladies and gentlemen, it is a great movie. Definitely recommend it. Jim Carrey ends up playing God And then he meets God in the movie, who's played by Morgan Freeman.
They're enjoying their team off to a 3-1 lead.
But could these be the signs from God?
Puck got through Dobson all the way down.
Bruce Almighty, is this the Buffalo Sabres season?
Schedule. We've got another game.
Bruce Almighty with Jim Carrey. The Sabres end up winning the Stanley Cup and they riot.
That series here on TNT.
I don't think that would actually happen, but if we did win the Stanley Cup, we would be fucking happy, let me tell you.
Friday at 7 here on TNT. Vegas Anaheim game 3. After that,
Okay, pick 2. Hang on a second.
I think they would be happy enough to make it back the next year,
into traffic. Ryan
win or lose.
down on
That is our mentality here in Buffalo, New York, ladies and gentlemen.
And the inside of his pad, that's why there was no rebound.
Even when we make it to a championship, win or lose, we will always make it back there.
Surprised that Marty St. Louis doesn't put that fourth line back together that had success against Tampa Bay. There's the face-off, there's the shot, and good save by the goaltender, and good protection as well.
Sabres fighting hard down low in front of the net, trying to keep it out of danger. But right now, with 15:55 left in the second, it is a 2-goal game for the Buffalo Sabres, who are sitting at 3-1 over the Montreal Canadiens. Face-off win for the Canadiens in Buffalo defensive zone. Now the Sabres trying to get it out of danger.
Not that big at 6'1". He can't afford to overslide or be a quarter of the way outside.
Sabres get it back at center ice now. Slowing it down a bit, Doan, who's been really good for the boys here in the playoffs now. Sabres passing it around
takes it from him, but sent it up the wall towards Caulfield.
in the Canadiens defensive zone.
Morris holds onto it.
Right now, Sabres good puck possession.
Right in front of the bench with Doan.
A lot of time on the attack. Little trip up right there. Montreal gets it back though.
Well, it's Uri Slavkovsky.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the Montreal Canadiens
The other way, Tuck almost took off.
trying to find a new line change here. Sabres take it with Tuck. Tuck on the attack, can't find the play there.
Idea for execution. Over comes Krebs.
Turnover there at center ice goes to Montreal.
But a nice complimentary piece to the high-end skill of Tuck and Thompson on that line.
A lot of chemistry between Alex Tuck and Tage Thompson for the Buffalo Sabres.
Today, skill needs that worker, and Krebs is that worker.
That starting line that's been really doing a lot here for the Sabres, especially this season. In the regular season, put the Sabres in a good enough seed here moving into the playoffs. So we're here in game 1. They do have home ice advantage over the Montreal Canadiens. So game 1 and 2 will be played in Buffalo, New York. No doubt about that. 14 minutes, 18 seconds remain in the second.
The second period, a 3-1 lead for the Buffalo Sabres.
It is still Buffalo sitting comfortably at 3-1. Face-off change for Buffalo. Zucker in there. Lost it.
Face-off won by Montreal. They'll look for a way up ice.
Montreal dumps it around the boards.
Montreal had 10
Can't
shots in
find
that first period.
the pass now.
They had of the entirety
Sabres chip it in
that they
to the
won
Montreal zone.
against Tampa.
It is
Got 11
Buffalo
shots this
at
Montreal
work here.
zone. Stanley.
That one, potential offsides here for the Sabres. It is.
Jack guy giving it to Quinn right after that whistle went right there. Just trying to
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, ghosts and goblins, witches and wizards, vampires and werewolves, thank you so much for checking out my channel, spending some time with me tonight to watch game 1 here of the Buffalo Sabres versus Montreal Canadiens in the 2026 NHL Stanley Cup playoffs. The current goal for my YouTube channel is to hit 300 subscribers. Thank you again last month in April. An amazing support for recent streams and just everybody, new subscribers, viewership, everything that happened last month. Thank you so much. I believe last month alone 12 new subscribers, and of course all the views that we generated over our WrestleMania streams, some of our playoff streams from the Sabres last month. Again, guys, thank you so much for the support.
At Sono Bello,
Moving forward, I have definitely thought about what to do for 4th of July, which is pretty much going to be like the next big day for me.
Would make it so incredibly hard to take care of yourself. Who would have thought that taking the chance on Sono Bello, that changing something on the outside would make such a
Honestly,
world of difference for how
I've
you
been
felt
thinking
about
of
yourself
doing,
on
and
the
I know it
inside.
might sound stupid,
everyone else. Now,
but I have the Crash Bandicoot and the Spyro the Dragon remastered, games. So the Crash Bandicoot Insane trilogy and the Spyro the Dragon Reignited trilogy. I've been thinking of doing like a Crash Bandicoot and a Spyro game for the 4th of July special because that was like one of my funnest times growing up.
Learn more about the Freestyle Libre 3 Plus sensor along with Libre
Just being
Assist
able to like play Crash and Spyro games as a kid. So I don't know, maybe to just bring like a little bit of that nostalgia back on the channel. Just do like the first game from Crash and then the first game from Spyro. It's something that I'm thinking about. It could or could not happen yet still. Again, I'm still trying to think of like what to actually do for the 4th of July, but that's definitely been an idea that I've passed around. Maybe just a little Crash Bandicoot and Spyro the Dragon. I actually would in the future. One of the things I would like to do with like my lighting setup, or if I ever get like a better display going on, instead of these lights, like instead of it just being like this lighting setup and this kind of like lighting rig, I'd really like to have a purple light and then like an orange light. I don't know. Those are some of my favorite colors. Green is up there too for me. But I feel like I really want to go with purple and orange for the lights. Oh, and the Buffalo Sabres hit the post. You could hear that one all through the center, all through KeyBank Center. Nothing but post for the Buffalo Sabres on that last attempt.
Pass across for Quinn. No stick here for Gouli, and a penalty coming up against Montreal. Ryan hasn't gotten the memo yet. They're trying to get his attention.
Yeah, they're banging the boards.
Oh, Quinn got free for a moment. That puck hits the loose stick.
Quinn damn near got free from his man. And now a good shot here from the Sabres. That one goes around the boards again. Sabres still with the puck. And Montreal stops it, but they do have a delayed penalty. Penalty on the Canadiens. But for the lights, I would like to go more purple and orange. I just feel like for more of a display, at least, I do like this currently. This is definitely not bad. I'm a fan of the Galaxy lights, but I'm not going to lie to you. The videos get dark, and if I had the chance to change up like the display or just a lot of the lighting in the future, I'm definitely going to try to go more like purple and orange.
Power play of the game for the Buffalo Sabres. They're 1 for 2 so far.
The lights in my studio actually died, in my recording studio, so I'm still trying to figure out what to do in there for like a lighting setup.
Wrapped all the way down the ice.
Buffalo Sabres on the power play. 12 minutes, 30 remains in the second.
If you're talking and
Complete line change here for the Sabres.
Let's go, boys. We got to pick this up.
Here's Darlene catching up.
Darlene
Just wide.
got a running start at the goal. He took a shot at it, couldn't find the back of the net.
There and had a path to the net with no one in front of him.
Darlene definitely more of a shooter. I don't know why he calls himself a defenseman playing like that. But had a running start at the goalie. One-on-one, had his chance. Just couldn't get it past Montreal. Sabres still have a minute on the power play. Penalty killers out there for the Montreal Canadiens. 11:40 remains in the second.
Here's Stone. Head faking across the line. Benson picks his head up and hits Bowen Byram. Quinn wanted that puck. Byram settles it down with a pass to Benson. Benson
Now the Sabres moving it around. Good time on possession here. Good time on the attack here from the Buffalo Sabres. Good passes. It just seems like every shot not able to get past the Montreal Canadiens. As 20 seconds now remains on the Buffalo Sabres power play. Seems like every time the Buffalo Sabres take a shot when they are on the power play, it is just not meant to be.
Well, a couple of good chances you mentioned. That's a good save by Dobish. Had Benson parked right in front of him.
Terry Pagula couldn't buy a fucking shot on a power play if he wanted right now. Or a goal, I should say. They got many shot attempts. But Terry Pagula definitely can't buy a goal if he wanted. This one bounces back to the Sabres off the face-off. And that is a goal for the Buffalo Sabres. Number 4, Bowen Byram. Wow. And that one on the power play. We were just talking about it. Terry Pagula made it happen. He put down the billions. He put down the millions. I was saying, Terry Pagula, can this man buy a goal on the power play? And he fucking made it happen. He put down billions. He put down millions possibly, ladies and gentlemen. Either way, the Buffalo Sabres get another goal on the board. It is Byram, number 4. For the Sabres, draw the blades, ladies and gentlemen. The Sabres are drawing blood in the second period. The Buffalo Sabres, 4-1. We are on fire, ladies and gentlemen. We are on fire. And now, ladies and gentlemen, all the Montreal Canadiens can do is dump the puck into the Buffalo Sabres zone. That is an icing call on the Montreal Canadiens. They are desperate. They want to get this second period over with, it seems like. Right now, a little bit of a communication going on here at center ice. Looks like a delayed penalty. Buffalo takes the penalty. High stick and keep the fucking stick on the ice, boys. What are we doing? This is not the MLB. This is not baseball. We are not the Buffalo Bandits. We are not playing lacrosse. We got to keep the fucking stick on the ice. What are we doing? Montreal Canadiens get the power play 2 minutes. You got to keep the stick on the ice, boys. Again, nobody out here is making MLB contracts. We are not getting paid MLB salaries. Nobody is a baseball player. Keep the fucking wood on the ice. Fucking got his stick all the way above his head. Like he's gonna fucking slug it for home run and shit.
Only goal of the game came on the power play. For this man, Suzuki plays it to the wall. Caulfield, Hudson had to get
Buddy, fucking better learn what a wrist shot is. Or at least a dot shoot goal. Come on, give me something, boys. The Sabres trying to get the puck back from Montreal here, who are still on the power play. Montreal having a tough time getting it past center ice, though. Good defense here from the Sabres. Montreal working it at the blue line on the attack now in the Sabres defensive zone. But so far in these final last 2 periods, it has really been the Sabertooth Predators. I should say the Sabertooth Tigers. All Predators in these last 2 periods. Because everything they encounter is absolutely a prey right now for these Sabertooth Cats on the ice. And it is still a time of possession here for the Canadiens, working the puck around on the pass. We're still in the Sabres zone. Sabres cannot clear it. Real big struggle here for the Sabres penalty killers, trying to get the puck away. Montreal just playing a lot of keep away here with Buffalo now. Tried to take a shot right there in front of the net. That one bounces out of the way. And the Canadiens do get it back. Again, Sabres penalty killers struggling a lot in this game. There's a shot from the blue line, frozen up by Lion, the Lion King. Hacienda. Is that not the Lion King? Is that not the Lion King out there for the Buffalo Sabres? Are you not entertained?
Look at the passing on this last chance. Talk about the movement up top to set up Demidov. And a quick shot, and Lion fights it away.
When the Canadiens finally do take a shot on that power play attempt, it is immediately frozen up by Lion. The goaltender for Buffalo, now the Sabres, off that face-off win, clear the puck out of danger. And back to full strength. Montreal failed on that power play. Working it around the board now, back to 5-on-5 hockey. 6v6 if you want to include the goaltender defenders. Montreal working it in their defensive zone now. Puck back to center ice. Montreal dumps it around the boards. Chase not going their way. Buffalo gets the puck back now. Center ice for the Sabres at home. It is Buffalo with home field advantage. Good pass there. Now that one frozen up by Montreal. Duane, captain for Buffalo, tried to take the last goal right there. Couldn't find the back of the net again. Why Duane calls himself a defenseman, could not fucking tell you. I am still clueless, still trying to figure out that mystery. Duane. Somehow the captain of the Buffalo Sabres here in 2026. I don't agree with it, but it has done something for the boys this season, I guess. Defensively, I'm going to need to see more grit. I'm going to need to see Duane getting his knuckles a little bit more bloody. I know Duane doesn't like to get the knuckles bloody. I know Duane doesn't like to get his hands dirty. We seen it last series against Boston. He didn't even want to drop the gloves. Duane, not somebody that I'm going to expect to drop the gloves. Body armor, absolutely delicious. Highly recommend. One of my favorite beverages, a nice cold body armor. Some of my favorites, Dr. Pepper, lemonade, iced tea. I love a good Arnold Palmer, half and half, iced tea and lemonade. Kool-Aid. I do love body armor, Gatorade.
Progressive understands first times can be challenging. It's why we created the Up Payment Program. Down payment assistance for first-time home buyers.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is currently a commercial. The Buffalo Sabres lead this game 4-1 in the second period. It is game one, so I am not expecting too much intensity out of this game so far, but really, an interview with Jackie Redmond, former employee for WWE, and here with Lindy Ruff. You got the lovely Jackie Redmond out there with the great Lindy Ruff. Excellent coach here for the Buffalo Sabres. Right now, Buffalo Sabres thriving in their environment, in home ice. The advantage for the Buffalo Sabres playing at home in game one. Again, like I said, I don't really expect game ones to get too intense. Right now, all Sabres, if I do say so myself, even though the Montreal Canadiens have a goal back, it just seems like the Sabres right now keeping this one within their pace, just the way they want to play it. 3-goal lead remain for the Sabres in the second period with 7 minutes 40 seconds remaining. And Buffalo passing it around in their zone now. Back to center ice for the Sabres.
He certainly is, but you know what? There was an anonymous player earlier this year that said the Sabres played river hockey. And when I asked Lindy what he thought of that, he said, well, first of all,
who the fuck said that the Sabres play river hockey? That's crazy. These are crazy assumptions by these sports analysts, by these people who make these paychecks, who have these jobs to talk about these teams and don't even know what they're talking about when it comes to these teams. Ladies and gentlemen, the Sabres get it out of danger there, clear the puck, send it down the ice, icing on Buffalo. Way too far from the net. That one, not even a shot on goal, icing on the Buffalo Sabres.
One turnover. Jackie mentioned earlier, the Sabres so good at turning it around quickly in transition.
Would like to also share maybe in the future some Buffalo Bandits games with everybody. Lacrosse. I once upon a time played lacrosse. Seen a couple Bandits games myself, but I do love the Buffalo Bandits, and maybe we'll be able to show some of those in the future here on the channel. It's all been experimenting. It's all been an experiment so far with, the Buffalo Bills and the Buffalo Sabres playoff games. But I have enjoyed being able to share them and upload them to my channel. Sabres have it in the Canadiens' defensive zone here. So Sabres on the attack offensively. Good fight for the puck here at the red dot. Sabres get it back. Pass from Zucker down low. Sabres skated around the net. Now Sabres back to the red dot. Shot from Zucker, 17. Can't find the back of the net. Zucker still with it. Pass back to Quinn. We put it back down low for a rebound. Sabres got it back. Sabres passing it around off the boards. Good slap shot there from Quinn at the blue line. Hit the boards. And defensively, the Montreal Canadiens taking all the pressure here from the Sabres on this attack. And they cleared just a little bit. Just enough to get some fresh blades out there on the ice for the Canadiens. Good pickpocket right there on Owen Power, but Owen Power does get it back. Toe drag for the Sabres. Sends it down the ice. Now Buffalo gets it back. Good shot from Dahlin. Sabres still working it. Puck is still free. Canadiens have possession. And they send it back down to center ice past the blue line. Sabres on it. And an attack here still occurring from the Montreal Canadiens with 4 minutes 50 remaining in the second. Final 5 minutes of the second. Montreal trying to fight back. Still trying to take the safety off of their stick here and get a couple shots off. But that Sabres defense playing really strong here in the second. Canadiens really can't even get it past center ice, which is what you like to see, especially in the playoffs. Canadiens really struggling to even get the pass puck, to even get off passes and to even get the puck past center ice has been a struggle for Montreal. Here, a shot on net for Montreal. That one frozen up immediately. And now we got a little bit of scrappy-doo going down in front of the net there. Little scrappy-doo between some of the boys here. After that frozen attempt on the last goal attempt for Montreal. Some of the boys telling each other that they're going to be at next birthday party. Showing up with the cards, showing up with birthday gifts. That's exactly what they're saying to each other right now. Nobody wants to drop the gloves. I'd expect nothing less. And everything is calmed back down. Buffalo still lead 4-1 here in the second. Final 5 minutes of the second as well, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to be right back. I'm going to grab some soda. Grab yourself a beverage as well. Maybe a little bit of a snack. We will be right back, ladies and gentlemen.
Dough to done in 2 minutes. And in the oven that dares to have the most range, it's just one of 15 flex cooking ovens. Like air fry for healthier and crispy. No sweat. And steam bake, so the party spread is on point. When you dare to bring more flavor to the table, dare to expect more from your oven. Frigidaire.
On three.
Liberty Mutual customizes car insurance to help people save hundreds. 1, 2, 3.
Liberty Mutual Health.
Nailed it. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty. For years, Mike's worn a baseball cap to hide his thinning hair, which makes everyone think he's good at baseball. He's terrible. But since choosing Nutrafol to help him grow visibly thicker, fuller hair, he's on track for a comeback. Just not one that involves baseball. Hats off to you, Mike. Hats off to you.
There's salad. There's bread. And if you want the perfect bite in every bite, try the all-new salad stuffers. Take any Panera
All right,
salad,
ladies and gentlemen, I have returned.
stuff it.
I got some soda.
Salad stuffers at Panera.
Hollywood can be a very dark and scary place.
Where there's celebrity and where there's
One thing I've also been thinking about doing on the channel too, maybe like in the future, having some fishing videos with you guys. If any of you guys don't know, I do love fishing. I love fishing here in South Buffalo. We have a lot of catfish down in my area. So I'm really used to fishing for a lot of catfish down here in South Buffalo. Believe it or not, like I said, Buffalo it's really country. And country music is a really popular music genre here, if not the most popular music genre, I would say, in Buffalo, New York country. Me, I've never been the biggest country music fan. I have listened to it, but my mom knows way more about it than me. She's listened to all the big, Toby Keith. I mean, who's the guy that's... Baby, lock the door and turn them lights down low. Put some music on that's soft and slow. I couldn't even tell you the name, but I know she knows all them songs. Toby Keith. I know we used to like Kenny Chesney.
You'd like to see him use that size, and he has.
Again, country music for her. She knows all the females. Shania Twain.
Trying to get something going offensive. It's been easier said than done here in the second period. 15 shots on goal. Buffalo has 14 as Polino throws the hit. Line it out on Timmons. Shots are 8-5 Buffalo here in the second.
I always love seeing music support in Buffalo nonetheless. Bad turnover there for the Sabres. And a costly turnover for the Buffalo Sabres ends up being a goal right there for Montreal. As you guys can see here, Montreal celebrating in Buffalo after that last goal for the Canadiens. Bad turnover right there for the Sabres. Ended up being a turnover at center ice. And the numbers advantage for Montreal. 2-on-1 for the goaltender. And that's really all you need. Turnover came from Tage Thompson as well, so you hate to see that. Buffalo's defense just couldn't get back there quick enough and really got tripped up and off the rebound, put a top shelf. 71, I believe, for the Canadiens. So goaltender had to worry about the 2-on-1, but it was an all one-man show down there for the Montreal Canadiens on that last goal. Put it 2-4 in the second period. So I do love seeing, a lot of the support, but like I said, for me personally, when I was trying to book myself, it just seems unfortunate when you are somebody trying to do it all yourself, or you are a solo artist, and I don't know, a lot of these other places just have all these expectations. You got to be with these big record labels. You're supposed to be some kind of $1 million artist when I've never even received a $1 million contract in my life. They want me to be with some kind of a band. Again, these are all things I would love to do in the future. I think maybe at the intermission I would like to talk about more of what I'm trying to do currently for music, or at least for myself. At least right now, I know what I want to do this year. And I will say this, what I've been doing with my music, when it comes to my writing process, with a lot of these songs, it really isn't a lot for me to put out a lot of these songs or come up with a lot of these ideas. a lot of my ideas, I feel like I come up with very effortlessly, or it's just very, easy for me to think of what I want to do. It's just trying to execute it the way that I might want to is kind of the problem, and the thing that is really out of my reach right now. So sometimes, I have to. Good attempt right here from the Sabres. Sabres on the attack here. But really, I've been trying to make everything happen. I don't even get to record in my own music studio anymore. I mean, if you guys want to see, I'll take you guys to my music studio during the intermission, and it's a shell of itself. I mean, it's nothing what it used to be, guys. The desktop that was in there, the PC that I had in there, it was 9-10 years old. It absolutely shit the bed. There's no longer a PC even in there for me to do my music. So, I took the poster down that I had in there of like all the legendary hip-hop artists and everything. It's really a shell of itself, but I would like to redesign it and do some improvements to it when the time comes, when that opportunity in my life comes. And that's kind of what I'm talking about right now. What I'm doing with my music now is the way that I record it, the way that everything is done. I can only really record. I have to find a way to do everything with the laptop and my phone, my cell phone. So that's really the only way I can record right now when it comes to my music. And I like to, instead of doing parental advisory stickers, because parental advisory stickers were always common, instead now, if people ever notice, I'll put demonic stereo and whatever version it is. So right now I'm on demonic stereo 0. And basically what that means is my current stereo setup, the current way that I'm recording a lot of these songs, that's at level 0. And for me, it's like, if I was ever signed to like a record label, somebody ever wanted to work with me or do business the right way, if I ever was a real music artist, hopefully one day, the idea is I can continue to improve on equipment, anything from like recording gear, microphones, speakers, all that shit is, they make new stuff every single year, so I'm not worried about that. But the current gear that I do have, the current equipment that I have to even make this stuff possible, that's where I came up with the idea for Demonic Stereo 0. Instead of putting a parental advisory sticker on my stuff, I put whatever level I'm at. So it's more like an era. It's more like an era sticker, which kind of defines where I'm at with that entire equipment, the entire sound quality, just the entire production quality overall. And right now, like I said, I'm at 0 because I really don't have any money to put into it. I'm working off of this laptop that I got as a Christmas gift. The phone is an Android cell phone. And all of this stuff is really how I'm possible to record and kind of make my music even get put out there, released, and be known to the public. So when I think about it, I was like, you know what, I kind of want to take the parental advisory sticker off, and I want to put like this, as soon as you see it, you're going to know, okay, Demonic Stereo 0 or Demonic Stereo 1, that is immediately going to tell you the quality and the production level that it's at. Because right now, my production quality, if I say so myself, it's shit. And that's just me being completely real with everybody. I listen to my music. I know what the production quality is. And me personally, I think that it sounds shit. So if I ever had the opportunity to make it better, of course, that's the goal. And that's what I want to do. But the only way I can do that is with better gear, better equipment. And that's kind of what that defines. Demonic Stereo 0 basically means I'm recording this on the lowest budget stuff that I have available to me. The stuff that I just have kind of at my arm's reach, like I can fucking, use this as an instrument, or I can fucking make this work. That's how it is right now. The shit that I have here, that's kind of what I'm working with.
Candy, no.
It takes me back to when I just recorded on a flip video camera. That was $100, and that's how I would record music. It's unfortunate I can't use the music studio anymore. But again, there's not even a computer in there, so there's really no point. It's a room without anything. you're going to sit in a room with silence and nothing. So it's so sad to see it reach that point where, you know, it got to the point where I couldn't even afford, you know, everything was at its last wire. It was, you know, the laptop that I had was 9 years old. That Lenovo was so old. The desktop PC that I had in the studio, that was 9, 10 years old. All of these things basically had to get upgraded. And I didn't have the funds or the allowance to upgrade everything at once. I had to decide, you know, what's more important. So I needed the laptop. And nowadays, it's very possible to make all of this happen on a laptop. Not that it isn't. Most modern laptops are actually powerful enough to do everything that I was doing on my old PC, which is kind of what I would like to do. Eventually, in the studio, I would like to have, like I said, an Asus. I would like to get an Asus in there again in the studio and, you know, have that brand because I do like Lenovo and Asus. The dream is Alienware. I've never been able to afford Alienware. Never owned an Alienware. But if I had the access to Alienware, I would definitely have an Alienware desktop in that fucking recording studio, and it would be going to work. Unfortunately, like I said, never had access to any of that. I love Lenovo. I love Asus. Maybe one day, like I said, if we ever get to Demonic Stereo 5, all the equipment and all the gear can be like Sony brand. And all the quality and production will be pinpoint exactly where I need it to be and exactly what I want it to sound like. We are apparently at an intermission report. Unless this is just like coming up before the intermission.
Fourth of the playoffs, and how about this Kirby Doc with the goal?
But I will keep talking for the remainder. You know, for me, my favorite audio brand is Sony, so that would be like the dream to have like Sony brand stuff. Apparently, we're at the second intermission. Okay, so I'll go show you guys a little bit of the studio here while we wait. We'll go check out the studio. I know it's dark. I know it's dark, ladies and gentlemen. I live like a vampire. Here we go. We are here. So, this is it. This is the studio. And that is where the desktop used to be, where it no longer remains because it shut down. So, when stuff doesn't work anymore, you have to have the money to buy new stuff. And that is something that I do not have. So this is the studio, which is no longer in use. This is what it looks like. Again, took down the poster. The awards are still up. Of course, the awards are always going to remain up. So those are my awards from over the years. Don't know how good you can see that. Talent show. And then the future M&M. So again, that's a lot of the awards from over the years, and these are both dated from 2012 when I actually before I even got to high school. This one was before I even got to high school, as you can see, elementary on that. So that was before I even got to high school. And yeah, this is pretty much the studio now. A lot of movie memorabilia, posters, all that good stuff. So unfortunately, can no longer use the studio, which sucks.
It's just a great job by Buffalo.
But like I said, you have to spend money to make money, I guess.
This is the problem. All of a sudden it gets stopped.
And right now, all I have is my bedroom here with my laptop, which has kind of been the absolute workhorse in the Iron Man. Recently getting everything done from YouTube videos, music recordings. So that's kind of like the next thing I'd like to talk about. I'd like to kind of just mute that while they talk over me. But that's kind of the next thing I'd like to talk about is, you know, I always say, even though the music I'm making right now isn't what I want it to be, even though this music isn't the music that I really envision myself making, like even if I made the album that I see myself making, I don't even see myself stopping at that point. Like I always have this thing where it's like, I want to make something that sounds a certain way, or I have like this certain goal for like songs and this whole album for what I want it to sound like. Is that ever going to be possible if somebody ever signs me, if a record label ever wants to sign me and work with me? Yeah, it's definitely possible. Right now, I feel like my quality is really shit, but it can change. The quality can always change. That's what people don't understand. Even the stuff that you do now, if it's not good, it's not good. But next year, 2 years from now, 5 years from now, you can change and you can do something different or you can do something better. The one thing I've always told myself as an artist right now, even though a lot of the quality isn't where I want it to be, the great thing in music, and at least for me as an artist, I can always create what I want to create when I want to create it. That is something that nobody can ever take away from me. I will always have the ability to create the thing that I want to create when I want to create it. Even if there's challenges, even if there's obstacles, even if nothing ever goes the way you want it to go, which it usually doesn't, nothing is ever going to go the way you flawlessly want it to go. It's always going to be a challenge or some kind of sidetracking. But I always feel like even though some shit isn't the quality where I want it to be right now, there's always going to be another point in time where I can make the thing that I want to make. And I've heard people come up to me and say, well, we would love to hear an entire album produced by you. Do you do producing? I don't produce. I take writing is my pride. I take writing as my passion. That's what I'm passionate about. I'm a lyricist. I'm a writer. I don't call myself a singer, even though there's been songs where I do melodies and I try to sing. It's for that song. It's because I feel like it fits that song and that's what that song needs. Never will I ever call myself a singer. Never will I call myself anything that I'm not trying to be. I've never thought about producing my own shit. I would love one day to maybe buy some turntables. And the really good ones, I've had my eye on the exact ones that I want. Again, thousands of dollars. Can't even afford that. But maybe one day on the YouTube channel, you guys will come here and instead of sitting in a dark room, I'll be able to play on the turntables and do some scratches and some mixes to like some of my favorite songs for you guys. That's also a possibility for content here on the channel one day. So yeah, I've always wanted to, get a pair of turntables and do my own little stuff with like scratching and mixing on some songs, playing around a little bit. I think when it comes to my own music, the production side of thing, I would want to learn from some of the producers that I absolutely respect. Scott Storch is one of them. There's so many. I'm not going to even run down the fucking list while we're in this intermission. But I would want to learn from somebody where I know I can learn the right way, and at least where I can apply it to myself. And right now, it's just so far out of my element. I don't even really think about that kind of thing. But that's also another thing people have always asked for is, we want to hear an album where it's you wrote it, you produced it yourself, everything was me. I was never much of a producer. It's still very much possible one day, sure. It very much still can happen, and that is the entire purpose of what I'm trying to say. Just because the quality is shit right now, and just because it's not what I want it to be right now, doesn't mean one day I won't have the chance to make it at least what I would like to make it. And that's hopefully what I would like to have the chance to do one day, is at least put some of my ideas and show people at least what I'm capable of doing. Because, they seem to allow everything else. That they seem to allow everybody else to show them whatever the fuck they want to show them. So, I don't know. I really don't think I'm on that bad of a track. And for me, when I talk about my character, or at least, my stage name or my entire what I'm trying to go for, I really just want to fucking be remembered for doing my music, doing movies, and maybe even pro wrestling for what I contribute to pro wrestling. I know a lot of people, and even people in the actual circuit, in the actual world or business of pro wrestling, wouldn't even consider me anybody, but I do know my shit. And it's something that I've always tried to make a part of my life and share my life experiences on this channel. And I think that's what keeps the channel going. So for as long as I'm here. And that's what I would like to do on the channel as well, is like make this channel an entire hub or an entire community. Maybe one day have the opportunity to sign other streamers and sign other entertainers, other live streamers who want to hang out and, entertain people. They play games, whatever. I would love to do that. I've always wanted to make this channel kind of like an Optic Gaming. If anybody doesn't know what Optic is, it's my favorite Call of Duty team. Always wanted to play for Optic, and I always wanted to get signed by Optic as a streamer and as an entertainer. I've never had any conversations with them. They don't know who the fuck I am. Hex, please, if you ever want to reach out, I'm here. I don't know how I feel about moving to Dallas. I'll never do that. I don't fuck with Dallas, Texas at all, no matter how low the housing taxes are. Not worried about buying a house right now, but I will stream for you and I will entertain for you, my boy. But I've always wanted to make this channel kind of like a place where it's not just about me. It's kind of where I can sign other streamers and everybody can upload their content as well. And if we all just want to fucking, whatever, like it's like we can have the gaming stuff, we can have the sports stuff, we can have wrestling, I like to add some variety to my channel. I feel like that also makes us a little bit different than other places because most streamers are kind of just known for doing one thing, or they're just kind of acquainted to one thing, which is nice. But I love having variety.
See, there it is.
I love, like I said, me in my life, I want to do music, I want to do movies, and I love my pro wrestling. So when I think about my life, that's me. When I think about this channel, I don't really want the future of it to just be about me. Even though I am the owner and the current operator, the current sole operator, it would be nice to have it one day as more of like a community experience where I can at least have, some other entertaining streamers or some other live streamers and everybody can just chill, hang out. The goal for like a lot of these watch-alongs when we do the WrestleMania watch parties and stuff, right now they're watch-alongs where it's just me hanging out with you guys, enjoying them. But if we could ever get to a watch party where it would basically be me in a room with like 3-4 other friends, that's the idea of a watch party. I want it to be actually maybe not even in this room, maybe even in like a better room where we have like our own office or like our own setup to be able to do the watch parties and stuff. Again, kind of like Optic Scumpy when they watch Optic Texas play in the tournaments and when the boys are playing their matches. I really want to have it more of a setup where obviously we can not only see what's on the screen, but it's not just me. It's maybe 3 or 4 other guests. And then maybe even sometimes a special guest. Like we can get, somebody to actually come down and hang out with us for the watch party, have a good time. But that's really the future of what I see currently, at least hopefully. The watch-alongs are just really for me right now to hang out with a lot of people, for everybody to kind of just share our ideas, have a place to kick back, hang out when a lot of stuff happens. But a watch-along, the difference and the reason I don't call it a watch party is because it's not a party. I'm not having a party. This is definitely not a party to me. I'm just chilling. I'm just watching it with you guys. So that's why I call it watch-alongs. Maybe one day we can get it to a watch party where we can actually have, I'm in a room with like 3-4 other friends. We can order a pizza or something, pizza, chicken wings, have some watch parties for WrestleMania, watch parties for Buffalo Bills, Buffalo Sabres. And they're showing off the American Express cards, which when I worked at movie theaters and definitely at the Sabres arena, I've seen a couple American Express in my time. I've seen the black card. I've definitely seen the black card. I've seen the platinum card, and I've seen that gold card once or twice. So I've definitely come across those American Express a couple times in my life. Again, worked at the theater and then worked at the arena itself for the Buffalo Sabres. But very happy to see the boys make it this far into the playoffs. Currently, if I had to say myself, I'm definitely looking at players to extend for next season. Try to get some contracts going for next season here.
Must sit at dust.
The National Hockey League reserves all rights to this broadcast and any rebroadcast, recording, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the express written consent of the National
I
Hockey
do not
League
have express written consent. I do not have that. That's another thing, too. And there's Shay's Buffalo. My mom works right across from there, ladies and gentlemen. Shay's Buffalo downtown. Wow, they're kind of moving tonight. Shay's Buffalo downtown. My mom works right across from there at C Payment, the movie theater. I'm so happy that she's back in there. We finally got her back to where she belongs. But that is Shay's Buffalo in downtown Buffalo, New York, which is pretty much located in the theater district, which is our version of Broadway in New York City, for Buffalo, New York.
Exactly the difference between round 1 and game 1 of round 2.
Already doubled up here in the first game from what they did in the first round. Yeah, it'll be interesting.
And ladies and gentlemen, we made it all the way to the third period. It is the Buffalo Sabres 4-2. Montreal Canadiens fighting back right off the opening face-off there at center. Montreal with a shot on net, covered up immediately by Lyon. Neutral zone face-off ends up being an odd man break for the Montreal Canadiens. Suzuki and Caulfield with a good look at it for Montreal. Just couldn't make it a 3-goal game for the Canadiens.
This game more so maybe than early on in that series against Tampa Bay, fellas.
Montreal still taking shots here, trying to pepper the goalie. And now Sabres closing in on the attack. But definitely happy to get my mom back into the movie theater where she belongs.
50th goal of the regular season. He finished with 51, so it's been a while for Cole Caulfield, who has just one power play goal during this postseason.
The dump around the boards right there.
Well, and the amazing thing is, I mean, he had 51 goals. The first 50-goal score of the Montreal Canadiens in 30.
I don't know. Me, myself, I just feel like it's been really good for me to focus a lot on myself currently. Kind of focus on what's important for me. Like I said, if I was working at the arena right now, I wouldn't even be able to get to enjoy this game with you guys, or get to be able to hang out, or get to have any moments like this where we can grow the channel, get some subscribers, get viewers. I'd be in the back of a room somewhere fucking slaving away. And I know that for a fact.
Wisconsin native.
Buffalo Sabres working it defensively in their zone right now, trying to get the puck out of danger.
1984.
So it's just, I really think it's important right now for me to just realize what I need to do for myself. I had to take my car off the road recently. 5.7 Hemi V8, 2008 Dodge Durango. Nickname Ruby Rose. That was my bad bitch, Ruby Rose. She is off the road now. Plates are off. Could no longer afford the insurance. I'm like 30 years old and I'm paying almost $400 in car insurance for half insurance. It's not even full coverage or full liability. It's like partial liability, and $400 is just not worth it. Again, can't afford it anymore. Had to take the car off the road, which is unfortunate because that is the only way I was kind of getting around to like some of these places that were hiring. But really, I'm just done working for assholes, and I'm just done, you know, working for people who can't even appreciate me or treat me like I'm part of the team. My main thing is like, I'm done working. Oh, Sabres with a good look at it. I'm done working for people who just don't even value me anymore as a person. So yeah, you know, I'm focusing a lot on my music, and I'm focusing a lot on ideas for the channel. Again, very limited, very restricted with what I can do, considering I have absolutely no money. The equipment is shit, but we're trying to make quality happen with what we got. Well, really, I've just been so focused on doing stuff for my music. Really just focus on myself. I could care less about, you know, working for somebody that's just going to fucking treat me like a piece of shit.
Because he couldn't capitalize. Montreal still within striking distance. Game 2
And that's kind of my biggest thing. It's not that, like, I don't want to work right now. It's I would love to fucking have somebody offer me, like, you know, the music contract or something, but it's just at the point where I'm at in my life. I mean, I've had so many jobs where I've had to deal with assholes, and it's been just so many people out here nowadays that just don't even know how to treat people with respect.
They needed a break. Listen, huge reset.
It's unfortunate. A lot of this, like, new generation or a lot of the younger kids growing up nowadays just don't even know how to treat people. I really want to move out of this neighborhood, and I really want to get out of my neighborhood. I do not like being in this neighborhood anymore. I've been in the same place for the past, like, 30 years. So I am good on where I'm currently at. But this neighborhood is not what it used to be, and I just don't really care for being here much anymore. The kids around here treat people like shit. They got shit attitudes and shit mentalities.
A little too far ahead of him. Tried to adjust to make the shot.
Yeah, he just couldn't readjust that. He just taking a peek on that right now. Just off
What happened to the classic Italian and Irish neighborhoods where we would fucking help our neighbors and look out for each other, protect our neighbors and shit?
Well, he gets chances. That's for sure. He puts himself
Canadians moving it past center ice over the blue line. Montreal on the attack here.
Jack Duane. That pass into Suzuki skates. Byron couldn't leave the zone with it though. Another opportunity here for Montreal.
Puck gets worked around, ends up back in Montreal's possession. Shot on net. Rebound for the Sabres here. Sabres still trying to get it out of there.
Two guys went to the same puck and they turned it over inside the blue line.
15 minutes, 30 seconds remain in game one. Good wraparound there for Alex Tuck. Goalie well aware of it.
Drops it behind the goal for Lane Hudson, quickly flushed out by Tuck.
Right now, for me, it's definitely just been focus on the music, focus on the channel, even though, again, I can't really do everything that I want with music right now, which kind of sucks. It's just been the hope that maybe someday somebody out there will hear and actually want to work with me.
Leap of Stanley. Samuelson. It was Demidov who got the puck around for Mike Matheson.
That has been kind of the one thing keeping me alive and keeping me going.
Twisted over
And good catch right there from Alex Lyon. Saves the puck. One thing I would like to mention as well while we're still streaming, if anybody out there is dealing with depression or suicidal thoughts, which I know me myself, I suffer from a lot of, and there's been plenty of times I've wanted to quit and just take myself out and not carry on anymore, guys. You know, if you're watching this, if you're watching this channel, you know I'm in the same place as you. I've always thought about those thoughts, and I know it's never easy to deal with depression and to deal with this kind of thing that we call life. But I want to tell you, you're not alone. If you found this channel, if you found this video, maybe it's found you for a reason. Me, myself, I am always somebody that has struggled with depression and the thoughts of not wanting to be here anymore and actual attempts of not wanting to be here anymore. But I can tell you this, for some reason I'm still here. And as bad as my life is currently, even though I have no money, even though my health kind of feels like shit, I know people say all the time, you got to take care of yourself. There's days I don't even eat food. There's days I don't even have money to eat. I don't even dinner some days. My teeth are absolutely shit. There are days where I'm in so much pain with my teeth. But I refuse to go to dentist or any of that because, again, don't have the insurance. And I just don't like dentists overall, how, their entire thing. Anytime I went to the dentist, it's always just been based off of money and shit. Really, they'll tell you, if you have a cavity, they'll be like, oh, well, we got to fucking give you root canal or we got to do this or that because your tooth will get infected. Guys, nobody in the history of fucking ever living life have ever died from having bad teeth. When was the last fucking person that told you, hey, my friend died because they had fucking bad teeth? It's never fucking happened. I've been hit in the face a couple times with hockey pucks, which is why my teeth are the way that they are, but there was a time where I was dealing with so much depression and I was kind of just at the lowest point in my life. I just didn't care anymore about my health. So my teeth are kind of messed up. I've always told myself one of the funny things is, if I ever do get some kind of rapper money, if I ever do get signed, I would like to actually get vampire teeth. I know it's weird. Guys, don't shoot the messenger. Don't fucking shoot me in the foot for thinking it's a cool idea, but I would, me personally, as a horror fan, as a gothic fan and shit of vampires, like, I want some fucking vampire teeth. So if I ever get rapper money, I'm gonna like fix my teeth up a little bit and try to get vampire fangs. But I definitely want a set of vampire fangs. But it's definitely, been something that I've struggled with in the past. Depression, suicidal thoughts. Guys, you are not alone.
At Verizon, anyone can bring in their
I know it's hard out there. Trust me, there's times, I constantly think about the same problems every day.
Only Verizon lets you bring in your AT&T or T-Mobile bill for
Can't afford this, can't buy that.
No, I know.
Have a great day.
You're not as cool as Verizon.
1 second, guys. I'm trying to get the blue light back on for the Sabres. There we go.
For free. For real. Members get more.
Yeah. Constantly, it just seems like every day it's been the same problems, and I'm so tired of worrying about the same problems.
Why are you talking in a third person?
But I don't know. For me currently, I would say I definitely don't want to be in this neighborhood anymore. Just because the neighborhood has absolutely gone downhill. It's not what it used to be. People don't even want to help each other out anymore. It sucks to say that because I'm all about helping people out. Like if I was homeless, I would kind of want people to help me. And that's kind of where I feel like I'm going to end up one day, is like homeless and just on the street. So it's really scary, I know my mom right now is doing everything she can to like keep this house afloat. And she does, which I absolutely credit her and, give her the badge of honor, the Medal of Honor for. But if it was me, I kind of look at it like one day, if my mom wasn't here, I'd probably have to sell this house because I don't want to be here anymore if she's not here. I don't want to be in this neighborhood at all right now. I don't want to be in this neighborhood anymore. And if my mom's not here anymore, then I'm selling the house. And I know I wouldn't be here anymore. What happens to my older brother? I don't know. We still have yet to cross that bridge or decide. Would he move in with me? Would he not move in with me?
2-0 since. Game 1 of a best-of-7 series to decide who will represent.
I try not to think about much of that stuff, but I do know currently, like, if it was like all on me, guys, I wouldn't even be able to afford an electric bill. I don't think I'd even be able to afford a Hulu subscription. I don't think I would be able to afford fucking electricity. So if it was all on me right now, we wouldn't have electricity. I don't even know if I would have my phone paid because I don't even know if I'd be able to pay my phone bill. There would be a lot of things that we would be without right now. Certainly if it wasn't for my mom. But trying to figure stuff out, I guess, still in life and take it from there. 13 minutes remain in the third. But I know, yeah, that's kind of one thing that I always thought about too. It's gonna suck one day when it's like, hey guys, I can't really afford the electricity, and I can't really afford my phone bill. And if all of these things were gone, just imagine, if I didn't have electricity, if I didn't have, the ability to pay my phone bill, how would I even put out some of the stuff? Like, how would I even record my videos? How would I record my music? So that's kind of always the thing that scares me, and that's what I know is, like, right now, I can't afford to, like, pay basic things like electricity or my phone bill. If it was all on me, I'd pretty much be homeless and begging out there for pocket change. If it was on me, I don't even know how I'd be able to stream for you guys, so that's why anytime somebody does show support, you guys do subscribe. It keeps this channel going for one more day. It keeps the channel alive at least for another day every time we get some new subscribers, get some new viewers here for the channel. which is really great because, like I said, at any moment it just feels like I'm pretty much just going to be homeless and making a video where it's like, hey guys, can't really pay my phone bill anymore, can't really do the things I want to do, so thanks. I would like to say that too, is one of the saddest things that I ever see is when I watch like certain YouTubers or I've watched certain channels over the years, and whenever they stop making content, you know, when they stop making videos, that's always like kind of something sad to me, because there'll be some channels that I've seen over the years and you'll go and you'll see like, when was their last video, like 4, 6 years ago, 8 years ago, 10 years ago. That's always sad to me, and I never really want that to happen. That's always kind of something that I've tried to prevent from happening, because I hate when I see channels and creators stop creating. I always want there to be like a time where like people come to the channel and they see something new, you know, they see new videos. They still see me working, they still see me creating what I love to create. And that's kind of what I hope to do here. 11 minutes remain in the third. Buffalo lead by 2 goals, 4-2 over the Montreal Canadiens. Sabres, 2-goal advantage in the third. That offsides pass for Montreal takes the puck back to a faceoff. So, one of the saddest things that I see, like I said, is just YouTubers over the years who kind of give up on their channel and don't really upload or post things anymore. You'll see like last uploaded video 8-10 years ago, and I never want my channel to be that. It's kind of always been like a fear for me though, is, man, what's going to be the day where I have to be like, oh shit guys, can't really pay the phone bill anymore, can't really upload videos anymore, and can't really do fun things like this where we get to like hang out and have the opportunity to grow the channel and get subscribers.
Good gap closure there by Darlene.
Because that's kind of the thing to me, is like, how are you going to keep putting yourself out there? How are you going to keep growing your channel? And how are you going to keep attracting like new viewers and new watchers if you're never uploading and stuff anymore? You just kind of expect everything to fall on what you already did from before. And I never want my stuff to be like that. I always want people to come here and see something new, or see that we're still active and we're still uploading to the channel. Big fear for me one day, having to be like, guys, can't afford the phone bill anymore, and can't afford basic things in life anymore, so can't really do what I want to do anymore in terms of like this fun stuff, make these live streams, release my music. I mean, I know things like that don't really seem like a big deal to people, but for me, it's like I said, the entire way that I even can release music, or the entire way that I can even put out music, is if I have a paid phone. Like, if I paid my phone bill, that's pretty much the only way I can put out music, so.
Anderson had his stick tied up. He doesn't like it. Slams his stick on the wall in protest as Buffalo gets the puck in.
Buffalo chips the puck down in Montreal zone. Fans banging on the glass as the Canadiens slow down the pace in the third. Only 9 minutes remain in the third period. Buffalo in their zone. Now back to center ice. Buffalo over the blue line on the attack. Good pass. That pass couldn't hit its man.
He sure did. Good read there by Dolwich to have his hands freely like that.
Good forecheck there from Buffalo against the boards. Tried to free up the puck. Went right back to the Canadiens though.
Kozak came over just inside the line. Greenway will finish as he spins it out with the puck.
Good defensive effort there from the Sabres. Dump it down. And the Canadiens just go for a line change. Both teams got some fresh ice now.
Ryan came out, poked that one away from an oncoming Bolduc. Now it's Benson with Hudson having to pivot and skate forward.
And Benson, an all-star here recently for the Buffalo Sabres in this playoff series, 2026 NHL Stanley Cup playoffs. Round 2, Game 1. Buffalo Sabres and the Montreal Canadiens in Buffalo, New York for Game 1. The Canadiens still down by 2 goals. Sabres lead 4-2.
Montreal settled for dumping the puck in. Stanley quickly around. An extended period of play, 3 minutes without a whistle. As Timmins hits the red line and rolls it in.
Sabres send this puck down the ice.
Side of the Buffalo Sabres, but still plenty of time here for Montreal.
Canadiens behind their net now, passing it around out of their zone. And this one offsides here. Or no, it's still going. My bad. I thought the ref blew his whistle.
He's got space. Goulet, pass across. Carrier into the skates of Krebs.
Play still continuing now. Pass around the boards for Montreal. Tage Thompson gets a good check. Good hit right there from the Buffalo Sabres, laying down the smackdown on the Canadiens. Canadiens still have puck control, though. Good time on possession here. Good snapshot there. Can't find the net. This one goes way past the mark. And it is back down to the Canadian zone. We're passing it around in their defensive zone now.
Buffalo, they're in their end, but a good job protecting the middle ice.
6 minutes 30 remain in the third.
Back the line by Anderson.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, the Canadiens once again offensively trying to get something going here.
Looking for somewhere to go.
They found the back of the net twice. Can they get it done 2 more times? This one gets sent out of bounds. Stop on play.
First whistle in nearly 5 minutes has the clock all the way to 6 minutes and 14 seconds to go. Stanley Cup playoffs on TNT Sports.
Good shot there from Jack Quinn. Waved off by the glove of the Montreal goaltender. Again, ladies and gentlemen, coming down to the final minutes in the third. Montreal has already found the back of the net twice. The challenge for them now, as we try to get everything back here. I mean, it's still loading up the internet on YouTube, so yes, we are back. Okay. Again, guys, I'm so sorry for the technical difficulties tonight. A lot of fucking difficulties tonight with the Wi-Fi. Don't know what's going on there, but I just might have to reset the Wi-Fi after this because a lot of technical errors tonight. Okay, can we finish this hockey game, please? Can we finish the hockey game? Put AW on right now so I can go to the end of this TNT East because we are on the East Coast here in Buffalo, New York. Okay. 4 minutes 50 remain in the third. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. Still a 4-2 game Buffalo lead over Montreal. My apologies so much tonight, guys, for the technical difficulties and all of the refresh on the streams. Don't know what the fuck is happening tonight with the Wi-Fi, but that has been unfortunate. Hopefully, no more problems as we try to get past these last 4 minutes of the game. Sabres fans banging on the glass, letting Montreal know exactly where they are. There's a good steal at center ice from the Sabres. Just can't get the puck in the back of the net. Now Montreal moving with it. Puck sent down to the Montreal defensive zone now.
I wonder what point here soon. Marty St. Louis get Dobish to the bench.
4-2 score here still in Buffalo.
Buffalo trying to take this one virtually wide.
Sabres leading by 2 goals. Canadiens still trying to get 2 back.
No, didn't. Alex Line did not see that at all. Good play by Matheson for the point.
Now, ladies and gentlemen,
3.5 to go.
3.5 still remain in the third period.
I wouldn't pull him just yet. It's a little too early for me.
They're saying they don't want to pull the Montreal goalie yet. Still too early. Which again, for me, once they pulled goalies, I've always said once I see teams pull their goalie, it's pretty much a forfeit at that point. They're throwing in the white flag. They're throwing up the white flag. They're throwing in the white towel. Shit, good effort right there. Buffalo Sabres player had to dive in front of the net just to keep that one out of danger. Sabre did take a hard hit there And now Montreal gets the extra attacker on the ice. There is an empty net here for the Montreal Canadiens with 2:40 left on the clock in the third. Montreal goaltender on the bench. Extra attacker on the ice for Montreal with just a little over 2 minutes left in the third period. Montreal still trying to get 2 goals just to tie it up here in Game 1 of the Round 2 2026 NHL Stanley Cup playoffs. It is improbable, but not impossible.
Get iPhone 17 Pro on us with iPhone trade-in. Any condition.
I have seen the Sabres choke before. I have seen the Sabres give up some pretty shy ones before, but with a little over 2 minutes left, they should be able to control it. Montreal does send out the extra attacker, but that to me basically means nothing at this point in the game. I've always said, once teams send out their extra attacker, once they pull the goalie, once they take the goalie off the ice, the man that they have hired, the man they have paid to stop pucks from going in the back of the net, once they take him off the ice and put him on the bench, they pretty much forfeit at that point.
Step into summer with fresh grilled chicken.
They're pretty much throwing up the white flag, throwing in the white towel.
Open the summer with your full
The Montreal Canadiens are just worried about a Game 2 at this point. But with 2 minutes still on the clock, they got one shot left at it.
I'm gonna be staring at you from the cover of a Wheaties box.
Maybe try to get an easy one with the extra attacker on the ice, but even then, the Buffalo Sabres defense has really been doing everything they need to do to stop a lot of these chances from being effective on the Montreal Canadiens shooters.
He's back, just had to walk it off.
Duane had to walk off the last shot that he took from the puck.
How about even early on in the third period? A 4-2 game, an odd man break, one-timer from Caulfield.
Alex Lyon, 23 saves on 25 shots tonight.
He continues to shine in goal for the Buffalo
Number
Sabres.
34, the Lion King for the Buffalo Sabres.
Zone control makes it look easy. And right now, the Canadiens.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Back in Buffalo. 2 minutes left. Little over 2 minutes left in the third. Empty net. This one gets sent right down the ice. No icing. Sabres do get there in time. And now pressure on the Canadiens to pretty much keep the puck away from Buffalo as they have an entirely open net on their side of the ice. Now, Canadiens take a shot. That one gets held up by Lyon. 2:19 remain in the third. And still an empty net for Montreal.
The screen stays like, pulls it back, and the goaltender sees it all the way.
You're the Canadiens.
Later coming up tonight as well, ladies and gentlemen, Anaheim and Vegas, the Mighty Ducks and the Golden Knights. Buffalo has the worst face-off percentage in the National Hockey League. Who would have thought? Lost face-off in Buffalo zone. That one gets fluttered over the net. Now, big motion there in front of the net. Couldn't find anything past the goalie. 1:50 left in the third. Time just ticking away here for the Montreal Canadiens. And this one goes all the way down and around. Montreal has to skate it back to the Sabres defensive zone. Now, Sabres on defense here. Just doing whatever they can. Get more time off the clock still. Offsides there for Montreal. And that's really going to hurt them, especially with the empty net.
Shot by Suzuki, it's dropping.
So not only do the Canadiens take a bad call there with offsides, but they also have a wide open net sitting at one end of the ice for the Buffalo Sabres.
And Timmins went to reach out to, so that even makes it more difficult. Timeout being called in the meantime, Marty.
There is a timeout being called for the Montreal Canadiens. Don't really know what the fuck this timeout could even be for. They've already decided to pull the goalie off the ice. They've already decided to put the goalie on the bench. I mean, yeah, you could get a face-off win here.
That last shift, guys, was good. The face-off, the ability to outman the Buffalo Sabres and then keep the play going. I like the composure that Montreal has.
Calling a timeout right here, very unnecessary from the coaching staff of Montreal, as they still have a completely wide open net. One of the stupidest things that I've ever seen in modern day hockey, or at least from these modern day coaches in the NHL, just leaving a net completely unattended. Again, I understand the reasoning behind the extra attacker, but at this late in the game, the risk to reward just doesn't seem like it. Montreal wins the faceoff against, and now Buffalo gets the puck back, and they're just skating it down, but they did lose it. Benson did lose the puck. Sabre fans would really like to see Benson get one here. Obviously earned it with all his efforts in this playoffs for the Buffalo Sabres. Now, ladies and gentlemen, only 1 minute remains in Game 1 of the Sabres and Canadiens in Buffalo, New York. That shot right from the blue line gets waved off. Rebound goes to Montreal. Last shot hit back door off the post. Montreal still on the attack. Only 40 seconds remain now in the third. Sabres just trying to chip this one away. Only 30 seconds until Game 2 now, ladies and gentlemen. Buffalo Sabre fans on their feet. I'll stand with them. We will cheer with fans in Buffalo on their feet for the boys, ladies and gentlemen. The Buffalo Sabres will see Game 2 with the advantage in this series. What could be the final line change here for both teams? Final 16 seconds in the game for the third period. Buffalo Sabres still with the 2-goal advantage. You got to give it up for the Sabres, ladies and gentlemen. Came out Game 1 to play. The fans at KeyBank Center on their feet. I am here on my feet with them. They are cheering for their Sabres. The boys in the royal blue and gold are going to add another puck to the puck holder for the playoff run. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, the Buffalo Sabres win Game 1 of Round 2 against the Montreal Canadiens, who play visitor in Buffalo, New York. Your final score, ladies and gentlemen, 4 Buffalo Sabres to 2 from the Montreal Canadiens. Good win there for the boys in Buffalo again, ladies and gentlemen. Final image there of the game. The boys in Buffalo, there is a scene as well. The block party in Buffalo, New York. Love to see it. Everybody in Buffalo celebrating for the Sabres. Ladies and gentlemen, order yourself a Stinger hoagie. It is chicken finger and steak. They are delicious. One of my favorites. We got Stinger hoagies. We got Mighty Taco. We got roast beef on weck. We got the Buffalo Sabres in the 2026 NHL Stanley Cup playoffs. Game 1 goes to the boys in royal blue and gold. Ladies and gentlemen, the Buffalo Sabres win Game 1 of Round 2 against the Montreal Canadiens. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, ghosts and goblins, witches and wizards, vampires and werewolves, for your support for your viewership. Again, my current goal is to hit 300 subscribers. Thank you to anybody even contributing to that, making it possible. Thank you. I believe the next game in this playoff series is scheduled for Friday night. So it will be Friday Night SmackDown in Buffalo for Game 2 when we come back. Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned. Game 2, Friday night, Sabres and Canadiens. Thank you so much for watching and hanging out with me again tonight. Until next time.
Insurance people? They're more than insurance.
Peace, God.
Auditor can talk to their financial professionals or Joan about Mass Mutual solutions that fit his goals.
Time to order. Suzanne, hungry.
Yes. Renton is getting sizzling fajitas.